couldn't see it. Oh, what you gonna do when the big bad boogeyman's coming for you? 'Cause they always gonna feed it. We don't need it. 'Cause you're running around all the time, baby. We don't need it. I don't wanna shake the mind, baby. Go and help yourself. You don't need no one else. Go and help yourself 'cause you're running out of time. Go and help yourself. You don't need no one else. Go and help yourself. You're breaking on my mind. Should I care about you? 1+1 ain't always 2. When you learn the stuff every day, taking me round and round this London bridge, just falling down, destructive in every way, every way. We don't need it. 'Cause you're going to speak your mind, honey. We don't need it. You have to be with your kind and make lots of money. Go and help yourself. You don't need no one else. Go and help yourself 'cause you're running out of time. Go and help yourself. You don't need no one else. Go and help yourself. You're breaking on my mind. Oh, can't you feel it? Did you steal it? Can't you feel it? You're breaking on my mind. Could you see it? Don't you want to be it? Could you see that you're running out of time? Won't you do it? There's nothing to it. Won't you do it? What else is there to find? Can't you feel it? Don't you want to be it? Can't you feel it? You're breaking on my mind. Go and help yourself. You don't need no one else. Go and help yourself 'cause you're running out of time. Go and help yourself. You don't need no one else. Go and help yourself. You're breaking on my mind. Go and help yourself. You don't need no one else. Go and help yourself 'cause you're running out. You're running out of time. Go and help yourself. You don't need no one else. Go and help yourself. Don't need no music, 'cause I can do just bad all by myself. I don't need no music, 'cause I can do that just by myself. This song is called Saturday Inside My Head. Here we go. Damn, it's only Saturday. We're so happy that you didn't clock out at 5. So cheers to the weekend. And everybody only gonna sleep till break of dawn. I'm making my rounds first to the mill, then downtown and bring it back up to right now. At last, Structured Live. Said that on corner say, keep a bus with a head of tail. The week to work, kick back out and straight. It's always Saturday inside my head. And just to this ride and always work. If you have structured payments, but you need cash now, call JG 877 cash now. Call now. What's good in the hood, everybody? Happy Friday, happy Saturday, wherever you're located on planet Earth. I guess my boom arm wants to be a dodo head. You stay. It's your girl, Allie A, tuning in to a new late start, but Friday edition of Two Hoes and a Console. Fairly new to streaming, fairly new channels. Please like, follow, share if you care, because a hoe's trying to grow. Facts. Facts to that. So, we're talking all things PS5. Wednesday, we had conversations. Holy chestnuts. Fiji, quench that thirst. Holy chestnuts. Let's talk about the last 24 hours. Let's get right into it. On Wednesday night's stream, shout out to Yancey. Hopped in, FYI, we are streaming on YouTube at Two Hoes and a Console. Also on Twitch TV, Two Hoes and a Console. So some people, if you're gonna come in through the chat, I might be talking to you from YouTube, might be talking to you from Twitch. I will make sure I get every question answered, every comment discussed. So on Wednesday night's stream, we knew this was coming to a certain extent. We had the privilege of Yancey, a GameStop employee. Shout out to Yancey. Appreciate you very much. Yancey hopped on and is a GameStop employee and confirmed the rumors that were being spread online about the PlayStation 5 being able to pre-order from GameStop on Friday. Yancey did not confirm or deny how many consoles each location would have. Yancey just confirmed it was going down and to be ready. And if you wanted to pre-order from GameStop and if you didn't have all the money at the time, you could do a $50 deposit that would hold a console. $50 down. That's it. So your price point per entry is in that sense affordable. It's the one positive thing I will give about GameStop is that you don't have to come up with a chunk of money up front to be able to get your head in the game in terms of the console experience. And plus it buys people an extra 5 weeks or so to be able to come up with the remaining balance to cover their pre-order. Buys people time. $50 for a console, $5 down payment as a deposit for any games or accessories that you pre-ordered. We had that discussion about pre-ordering accessories. We will talk about accessories again today in a little bit. Everything was great. People were excited. People were enthusiastic. Hell, Aho was excited, okay? Aho was very enthusiastic. Right? But we knew this was coming. I'm going to go to Google for just a moment. I just want to make sure I have the right tab up. I don't know if I do, if I don't. Okay, here we go.
Appreciate y'all's patience. So, where's my display? Ding, 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 ding. We knew this was coming, okay? The second the word on the street becomes confirmed sources, right? That means we knew this was coming. PlayStation 5 pre-orders. GameStop says it will offer more Friday. Let's stay here for a second, okay? How was GameStop able to, in honest to God, you really want to say a 36-hour turnaround time, because it wasn't even a full 48 hours. And we're going to go into that. But how are you going to say Wednesday evening, get ready, we're doing another set of pre-orders? Where the hell is Walmart? Where the hell is Best Buy? Where the hell is Target? Why aren't you all stepping up? Don't you want our money? Here's why it's a much more dire situation for GameStop than it is any other major retailer. PS5 pre-orders, websites are crashing. Some people want to go to Target.com and buy bath towels. They don't give a hootie patootie about a PlayStation 5, but FOMO kicks in. When FOMO kicks in, I didn't even know what a PS5 was. I couldn't tell you where the power button is, but if everybody's getting one, hell, I'll get one too. So who gets screwed in the end? Gamers, like you and I. Electronic enthusiasts, like you and I. The people who actually want it to own it and use it for however long this duration of this latest gen console battle will be, right? People just buying them because they see all the hype online. But GameStop is in a unique position. One, they're going to hell in a hay basket. And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody who works at GameStop, and we'll talk about that as well. I know you all are looking at me. We are going to go down that yellow brick road, if you know what I'm saying. But Target, Walmart, and I'm going to exclude Best Buy for a moment. Target and Walmart are major retailers, right? They have multiple product SKUs and multiple product categories, which means they're generating millions of dollars of revenue daily. Even the local Targets, right? They're generating millions of dollars of revenue. If not daily, definitely weekly, okay? Best Buy is unique to Walmart and GameStop because even though they have multiple product SKUs, their main umbrella is electronics. Anything that has a circuit you got to plug in, you got to turn on. One of those three, Best Buy's in the game, okay? So even though they only sell one umbrella of products, which is electronics, and every little subcategory underneath something that you would consider to be an electronic, the price point is higher because they're not selling $5 bath towels. They're selling $500 televisions, $500 consoles, $500 refrigerators, $500 whatevers. So your price point is higher. So you can sell a smaller amount of stuff, but still generate hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in revenue each week. GameStop does not have that luxury. Have you been inside of a GameStop lately? And when I say lately, I mean real talk. I'm talking past 6-12 months. Last item I pre-ordered from GameStop just because I was so excited and they delayed it a year was Red Dead Redemption 2 Deluxe Edition. I'm an old school kind of hoe. I like having the disc. It gives me a sense of nostalgia. Yes, digital is convenient, but I'm not going to lose sleep at night having a disc version of the PS5 and not an all digital version. Like, get your priorities, okay? It's about owning a console and being able to play a console in 2020. Now's the time where beggars can't be choosers. I digress. What is the highest price point item at a GameStop? a Funko outside of a console or a video game, an Xbox game, or a bougie PC game, or a PS5 game, or a Switch game. Well, a Funko? You know how many Funkos you gotta sell to compete with the electronics department at Target, the electronics department at Walmart, okay? Best Buy. That's a lot of mother effing Funkos. Dark Blaze, what's up on YouTube? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Talking PS5. GameStop, the stores are this big, and they have a bunch of small knick-knack products where the price point's too small. The business model is no longer sustainable due to two things. One, online shopping. Two, Amazon. Three, multiple retailers and multiple competitors who can have more quantities of a product SKU. Which is why Wednesday night we talked about Plan B, what to do with Plan B. If you cannot secure pre-order, we're going to go down that yellow brick road. Ooh, Roller Coaster Tycoon's free? Ooh, I need to download that on my PC. Oh, that's exciting. We're going to talk about that. But when you have retailers like GameStop, they're this big. All of the products they sell, the most expensive product they sell is a console. That's a few $100. That's it. That's it. So when you heard about people who were going to GameStop and the GameStop had 5, 6, 7 consoles and that's it, and they were all physical, no digital, and people were thinking Thursday night, oh, I'm gonna get some sleep, go to Starbucks when they open at 5 a.m. and give me some coffee and a Danish, and I'm gonna go to GameStop and wait in line. I've got my blanket, I got a magazine to read, I'm gonna take a little camping chair, and I'm gonna get my PS5. Also known as White Housewives. But guess what? Becky and Karen were seriously disappointed because there were people there as early as 11 p.m. the night prior who waited, like Lionel Richie, all night long to secure their PS5 pre-order. You want to talk about madness? Let's talk about it. Okay? Look at this. Look at this. Finally got my PS5 pre-order. November 12th can't come any sooner. Now, GameStop was also doing this and didn't say shit about it. Yeah, Blaze, it is hard to order a PS5. My goodness. So here's another kicker, right? Which, let's take this, right? The day is over. Anything that's available for pre-order right now is not available. So we're going to take these scenarios, right, as learning opportunities for the future, because guess what? This will happen again before November 12th. We want to take everything as a learning opportunity. Let me go back real quick here. Blaze, let me give you, it's the same as the, let me just open up OBS real quick. So you'll see right here at the top, all my social media, 2 hoes and a console, except on Twitter. It's the number 2 instead of spelled out, 2 hoes and a console. Everywhere else on social, that is the name. Definitely active on Twitter. I'm just now starting to get back into Instagram. I appreciate you wanting to follow and like and subscribe. A hoe is very grateful. I'm new to this. So I'm getting back on the horse. PlayStation 5 has motivated a hoe because it's hunting season. So let's go back to this. People were going to GameStop yesterday evening waiting for them to close. So I called my contact who works at GameStop corporate in Texas. I said, bloopity bloop. Okay, I'm all about anonymity, okay? I said, bloopity bloop. what's the deal? He was straight up no chaser. He was like, so at certain designated locations, right? GameStop took a look at what happened the week of the 17th at Sony's launch event. Botched launched event, okay? They were able on their back end, okay, to look at the POs that were already placed. POs, purchase orders, right? People who had physically went to GameStop Wednesday, the 17th, September 17th, in a frantic because Walmart was like, screw you hoes, we're gonna pre-order now. And then Target and Best Buy followed suit. The only person who followed the rules was Amazon. They dropped it at midnight, okay? But there were people who were running to GameStop because people on Twitter were posting photos of their receipts saying, hey, GameStop's doing pre-orders in person, okay? So my homeboy said they looked at all the stores, they compared who was due, right? Meaning, who was a GameStop retailer that did not have a ton of pre-orders show up last minute, right? So you're probably going to be thinking like GameStops in rural areas, okay? Versus GameStops in major metropolitan areas where you think they would get a larger product SKU because there's more foot traffic, more transactions, more sales, more revenue, okay? More people. Larger the population, more people you can get in and out. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Those locations got a smaller SKU, okay? The average per GameStop location was maybe between 5 and 8. I didn't see any physical poster posted that was higher than 8. There was one dude, it was like probably 1 a.m. Central Time in the Chicagoland area, and I retweeted it. He was like, I don't know if any of you all feel like driving to Calumet City, but this GameStop has 32 consoles for pre-order. 32 consoles for pre-order. Then he was like, actually it's 31 because I'm the first right here, okay? All physical, no digital. But GameStop, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, at closing time, every GameStop when they closed, they had access in their computer, they went da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The computer told them, this is how many you have, this is how many we're going to give you the green light to pre-order, okay? They printed off the little flyers, they stuck them on the door, saying we've got X amount of physical editions, disc editions of PS5s, and hell no, we ain't got no digital. Ain't nobody got a digital. Hell, Sony don't even got a damn digital, okay? If you got there when the store closed, this could have happened. They could have given you a ticket and said, look, this is first come, first serve. We don't want you waiting out here all night. We're going to give you a ticket, okay? You take this ticket. It's yours. The manager signed it on the back. You can see the signature on the back of that. Okay, that paper's translucent. You can see it, all right? And they put a little, it looks like they put like a little smiley face and highlighter just so they know what their own little secret code is so nobody doesn't try to go try to duplicate it or copy it or sell it or whatever, right? They got to go home and have sugar plum fairies dancing in their head. They didn't have to camp out, didn't have to sleep outside the entrance, and they were able to, when the store opened up, they were able to go pre-order their PlayStation 5 and secure the console. Other folks got wise. So, midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific, people were bum rushing GameStop's website. People thought, oh, if they're going to pre-order online and they're going to pre-order physically in the store, isn't it more convenient to do it online? Isn't it safer to do it online? Let's just do it online. But nothing happened. Nothing happened. The website crashed for about 2 minutes. Nothing happened. No pre-orders opened. No ability to reserve. No wait in line, BS, spoof, queue, pop up. Nothing. So people were like, oh, GameStop is never going to tell us what time they're going to drop a pre-order. I need to go run to GameStop and wait in line and secure my console. And that's exactly what happened. Depending upon the area, I personally would say if you weren't there by 2 a.m., and even that may be pushing it, but just for the sake of good graces, if you were not in line at your local GameStop by 2 a.m. your local time, you weren't ordering a console. You weren't ordering a console. It was not happening for you. It wasn't happening for you. I mean, look at this. Look at this photo, okay? They put these flyers up. Oh, they've already got an eBay listing, right? This fucker. That's the one thing. In Georgetown, Kentucky. I would put a different address. I mean, I would put a different location if I was like, look at this shit. Condition new. But did they pay full price or did they pre-order it? Oh, they paid full price. Now you see here, what do you see though? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Why does that say PlayStation 5 console $529.99? What the hell does the flyer say? That's the other thing that makes me mad about GameStop. They upcharge you because they know they're dying. They know they're dying. Controller and media remote, games available up to $200 in credit. We will talk about games and accessories in a moment. But this is what happens. Now, mind you, let me be very clear. Okay? I don't know. I only assume the good in people, okay? It's how I was raised. I assume the good in people, okay? Obviously, this person went to GameStop with the intent of trying to get double for their trouble with the console. I try my best to assume the good in people. But this is what happened, right? Whether you got it before they opened when they closed last night, or you got it today when they opened, they gave you a number, you had the flyer, you picked what you wanted, you either put down deposits, you paid for it, you chucked the deuce. Here's the other way they messed up though. And we're going to talk about online in a moment. We were under the impression originally that these consoles, if you pre-order them from GameStop, that these consoles would not be launch day consoles. That was horse crap. It was horse crap. These consoles are launch day consoles. They are launch day consoles. And I think that was another thing that threw people off in terms of excitement, because people are like J.G. Wentworth, it's my money and I need it now. And they were like, well, it'll ship within 1 to 2 weeks. I mean, we talked about it on Wednesday night stream. We talked about it with Yancey, who is the GameStop employee, who was like, yeah, Allie, you right. It's going down. It's going down. But what do you do? What do you do? The important thing at this point in the game is not having a console at launch day. It would be beautiful if that happened. Just don't get it twisted. The PlayStation 5 is going to be my first launch day console ever. When I've had consoles, they were either birthday gifts or Christmas gifts. This is the first console I'm ever going to own that I'm getting day one. I am ecstatic. And I will talk to you about my ordering process, give you my tips and tricks of the trade, things I think you should do as you're trying to secure your pre-order. But at this stage in the game, when you are going to have to think about, do I need to go camp out because this MFer's only intent to purchase was to put it up on eBay for sale. Okay? I'm trying to help the people who are going to keep it long term. Screw the scalpers, we are still in a pandemic. 2020 has been crap. If there's one thing to look forward to for 2020 for a lot of folks, I can tell you me. You know, the way I release creatively is I sing in a rock band. Bands aren't gigging right now because music venues are still closed. And there's a lot of music venues that won't reopen by the time all this shit is over with. So the way I release stress and relieve stress and not shoot up heroin is gaming. It's probably the one thing in 2020 I'm truly looking forward to. I haven't even seen my newborn niece yet, who's across the country, because in my opinion, it's just not safe to travel to see her. I don't want to risk her newborn immune body. Let me get a effing PlayStation 5 and game. But this is what you saw. Now let's talk about online. Let me go back here for a moment. That's what you saw. That's what you saw. So what is the lesson we take from that? Because there is a lesson. There is a very clear lesson. I hope you've been paying attention. And if you just tuned in, grateful. Please like, follow, share if you care, because a hoe's trying to grow. What is the lesson with this? The next time there is any whisper of GameStop taking physical in-store pre-orders, what are we doing? We are going to GameStop an hour before they close. 1 hour before they close. And we're going to see if they calculate how many consoles they have to pre-order, to allow folks to pre-order, if they make a ticketing system, and if they give you a ticket after the store closes. So you don't have to wait all night long and you secure your console. That is lesson number 1. Because it will happen again. It will happen again. And take this lesson, let's be very clear. Take this lesson and implement it for any physical retailer that will allow in-store pre-orders. If Best Buy says, hey, we're going to do online and in-store pre-orders. If Target says, hey, we're going to do online and in-store pre-orders. If Walmart says, I know Walmart canceled theirs, but if they rechange their minds, we're going to do online and in-store pre-orders. You take this same recipe and you repeat it with every retailer. The next time GameStop says we're doing in-store pre-orders, we're doing online pre-orders. We are going to GameStop 1 hour before they close, the night before the pre-orders launch. We are going to see if they make a ticketing system, and we are going to see if they give us a ticket. You get your ticket, you go the hell home, you sleep in your own bed, you're excited because you don't have to fight the scalpers, and you go secure your pre-order. Let's talk about online while we're here. Look at this. What is it? I'm number 7 in line. So many people have come and gone. At one point, I was at the end of the line. Now there's a massive line again, PlayStation, GameStop. Just let us all pre-order and put us on a list as more PS5s become available. Let us know when to expect to arrive, even after launch. Listen, you want to know how new I am? I had this beautiful Stream Deck that I got on sale so I could do my sound effects. When PlayStation launched their first event, their first announcement event, I sold the Stream Deck so I could have enough money to pre-order PlayStation. So I'm going to give this user, who is this? Monkey Flop, the State of the Union round of applause. That is a brilliant idea. Why the hell won't they do that? Right? Because someone could have the right to cancel a pre-order, or they could keep it. I would have loved to yesterday or today, right? If I physically went to GameStop, you put down your deposit, or you could say, hey, if you want to secure a pre-order, we don't know what the tentative date is going to be for pickup, for shipping, for whatever, but we will allow you to pre-order today. Doesn't GameStop want the revenue to, I don't know, stay in business? You know what I'm saying? Where my money makers at? Where my hoes at? Where my money makers at? This don't make no sense. This makes no sense to me. You already got people outside risking their lives in a pandemic to get a console. I get it, priorities. My ass would have been there too, but safety first. I was taking my chances online, and we will talk about online here in a moment. I mean, look at it. Look at it. Look at that line. Look at that line. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That line is all the way down across the crosswalk, over in front of other businesses' doors. And how many consoles you think they had? 5, 6, 7. Look at this guy. First in line to pre-order PS5. Now that is a scenario. That is a scenario. He looked like a scalper, don't he? Anytime you need to make a cardboard sign for attention, I smell scalper all over you. I smell scalper all over you, bro. You ain't slick. You got a large cheese pizza like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone motherfucking 2. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had an eBay link up. Real talk. Real talk. Let's talk about, if I can find my tab. Let me go back here for a moment. So let's talk about what happened online if you tried to order online. Hope you're all having a great time wherever you're located. This is Two Hoes and a Console. Let's talk about online. So, I personally had tried, I don't know about y'all, I had personally tried, I'm on the West Coast, so I'm going to try to make sure I convert this for like Eastern time, make it easier for people. I had tried at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific, okay? Then I was watching the threads, watching the chatters, keeping your ears and nose to the ground. That's very important when you're trying to battle pre-orders and fight off the scalpers. Someone had talked about, and I didn't even think about it earlier, my homeboy working at GameStop, HQ is in Texas. Texas is on Central Time. Maybe since their main headquarters is in Texas, maybe their servers are based on Central Time. So we tried 1 a.m. Eastern, midnight Central, 10 p.m. Pacific. Nothing. Then I was like, okay, well, usually when a new weekly ad would come out for a store, it would change midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern. Let's try that. Waited up all night. 3 a.m. Eastern, midnight Pacific, nothing. Nothing. So then that dawned on me like, okay, Ho, you need to go to sleep because they're going to probably drop the pre-orders during a time frame where people would be awake throughout every time zone. And I'm talking about the major 4 time zones in America: Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific. Okay, those 4. So now we're at, we get to 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, right? You've got people awake on the West Coast, people who've been awake, assumingly, on the East Coast. Then you started seeing stuff like this. Okay? You would get this message even if you weren't looking at a PlayStation. Do you notice that? You would get that message even if you weren't looking at a PlayStation. Right? This spoof message of hey, we're just testing like all this other stuff. We're trying to make this experience as professional as effing possible. So we're just going to put this pop-up up so we'll get you to shut the hell up. That's literally what would happen. That's literally what would happen. Oh, we're going to make you look at this so you'll shut up about it. PlayStations didn't drop. They didn't drop at all. They did not drop at all, okay? It wasn't until, and if you don't follow him, I highly recommend that you follow Wario64 on Twitter and turn your bell on, because Wario64 gets all the tea. He gets all the tea. Wario64, and I'm just trying to pull it up here, so just give me one moment. I appreciate y'all's patience. Wario64 had specifically talked about that there was a bundle you could buy. That there was a bundle for purchase. Here we go. Had to find my image for a moment. So GameStop had a bundle that you could not find unless you searched PlayStation 5 bundle. Now, mind you, I always tell people that I personally don't like people posting like their order confirmations, right? I don't think they blocked out enough stuff, right? And photos and images have a ton of metadata. I'm just a security snob. But I wanted you to see this anyway. So PlayStation had a bundle with GameStop. And this bundle actually is a great bundle. It's really a great bundle. So unless you were on the website, because here was the other thing. I had the website going on my right, and I had the mobile apps going on my left. That's another tip. If you do not have Best Buy's mobile app, GameStop's mobile app, Target's mobile app, and Walmart's mobile app downloaded on your phones with your accounts pre-logged in, ready to go, do that now. Do that now, please, and thank you. Okay? GameStop made this bundle. PlayStation 5 disc version. A spare controller. So when you see two controllers in there, that is the one controller that comes inside of the console, and then a secondary DualSense controller. So you get two controllers, you get the console, you get 1 year of PlayStation Plus, and then you get two games. You get Spider-Man 1 Morales, you get Demon's Souls. Both awesome games, right? This is not a bundle where you're going to have to be concerned about the quality of the games. Both games will kick ass. They just will. So when you see something like that, it's like, okay, price point of entry is high. Because some people just wanted to secure. We talked about on Wednesday. It's just like Thanksgiving. Secure the turkey. The turkey is the console. Everything else in terms of games and accessories are side dishes. Delicious in their own right, but we want to focus on that beautiful golden bird, okay? So a lot of people were thrown off. And the second reason they were thrown off is because of this. Ships by November 30th. I blame GameStop for this. I blame GameStop. I blame GameStop for this because marketing, here's the thing, ships by November 30th. That means at the very latest, it'll ship by November 30th. There is a possibility people who were able to purchase this bundle, and mind you, the bundle was the only thing for sale on the website. I have yet to see anyone who confirmed a pre-order today from GameStop who actually bought just the console only. The bundle was the only thing available for sale, okay? ships by November 30th. Who is to say, right? Who is to say that it doesn't ship on November 15th, November 16th? Launch day is the 12th. Who says it wouldn't ship on the fucking 12th? Who's to say? Who's to say? Now here's the other kicker though. Here is the other kicker, ladies and gents, and however you choose to identify. Here's the other kicker, right? If you had this bundle, so all these people were trying to get this bundle. They were, but they weren't. They saw November 30th, they panicked. Here's your other lesson I'm going to teach you about ordering from GameStop. These are gold nuggets. You don't trade gold, you hold on to them. Hold on to these nuggets, okay? Lesson number 1, you go to GameStop physically the night before their next set of physical in-store pre-orders. You see if they do a ticketing system, you get a ticket, go sleep in your bed, you come over, you secure the pre-order. This is lesson number 2. So people who had this bundle in their basket were trying to check out. I tell people all the time in the world of pre-orders, Step 1, the hardest step is securing the item in your basket. Okay? Step 2 is checking it out, right? If you can get to step 1, your odds of getting to step 2 are actually much higher, and we will talk about that in a moment. Straggly Rock on YouTube, appreciate you tuning in. Marketing strategies. I talk about it all the time. This is why it's important to take lessons from these experiences. Yes, if you weren't able, and definitely let me know in the chat. We are live on YouTube. We're also live on Twitch. Let me know in the chat if you secured your PS5 pre-order. I'm not an Xbox person, but if you secured your console pre-order, whatever that's the console of your choice, I'm all about gamers winning, okay? A lot of people who had the bundle in their cart was focused on checking out, which is the right thing to do. You got the item you want to buy it, you want to check out. There was an option when you were checking out and you were filling out the shipping information. There was an option for this bundle for $18.99. Marcus on YouTube, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's sold out everywhere. Talking all PS5 tonight, play them. There was an option for $18.99. You could pay for expedited overnight shipping that would get you this bundle either November 12th, launch day, or by Friday, November the 13th. Y'all! Who would not pay an extra $20 to secure the bag and get it by launch day weekend? Who in their right mind would not do that? Now, so people were trying to get the bundle. A lot of people were like, no, they saw this November 30th and panicked. So what is lesson number 2 when shopping with GameStop? I don't give up what this date says. If it is the PS5 and all the treats, secure the bundle. And make sure as you're going through that checkout process, you hit expedited overnighted shipping. Because let me tell you, a lot of people would have been going after this bundle if they hadn't seen this, the marketing strategies. Oh, we'll ship it by the end of the month. We also talked about it on Wednesday, right? The first rollout of pre-orders where people were pre-ordering on Amazon and their orders were getting canceled. Amazon, where's my Amazon tab? Amazon has yet to re-up. They have not re-upped, okay? The physical version, they don't got it. Digital version, they don't got it, right? We're going to talk about accessories in a moment, and my tips for that. But this is why I do blame GameStop for the inefficiencies, right? GameStop was fronting. They were fronting, but they're in what people don't understand is they're in a dire situation. Catch Me Fancy, I'm sorry I missed it earlier on Twitch, for the follow. Bless you. Appreciate you very much. So, GameStop is slipping bad, right? And let's back up for a second, because I am a humble hoe. I'm very grateful for the blessings and opportunities. I'm very grateful that I was able to secure my PS5 console. It was at 2 a.m. It was on Best Buy, that debacle of a launch day. I was grinding on it for 2 hours because the item was in the cart and it wouldn't let me check out. And then the angels parted and said, "Thou shalt check out." And the order hasn't been canceled, right? So I am trying to pay it forward to the people who really want a console, who are the real gamers, who've been gaming since they were in diapers, and F the scalpers, because in a pandemic, we should be helping one another, not taking advantage of one another. That's just me. GameStop really doo-dooed their pants, right? And you have these people, you got to understand too, you have these GameStop employees. I'm not talking about management. I'm talking about frontline workers. I damn sure ain't talking about no management, because we're going to go down that road here in a second. These people, they're at GameStop. It's a job. What do they make? What do they make? $11, $12 an hour? Straggler, I got Xbox and PS5 for launch. Congrats. Congrats on you securing the consoles. These people make what, $11, $12 an hour, right? You can't be hating on these frontline workers. It's not their fault that they can't let the mass people in line pre-order a console. So I just want to make sure, folks, as we continue to go down this road, because let's be very clear, what is the date? September 25th? To November 12th, this is a long road, okay? I'm a 90s kid. I don't know if they still sell something called fruit by the foot, but this is a long-ass road that we're going down, all right, between now and launch day. Don't take your anger out on them. Don't take your stress out on them. Now I know, because people were sliding up in my Twitter DMs all night long. I know word on the street is that there are GameStop employees who are skimming consoles off the top for a quick chip, dip, and flip, if you know what I'm saying. That is stuff that's out of our control, right? When Red Dead Redemption 2 had a midnight launch, there were people everywhere. Pre-orders, right? There was a representative from Sony at the GameStop I went to. I live on the West Coast. I went to one of the larger GameStops in the metropolitan area. There was a Sony rep there. Nice old white lady Karen, okay? Karen had her official senior VP or whatever badge, and she was there making sure everything was following protocol and no one was on that bologna and cheese with no cheese, if you know what I'm saying, okay? Is it Sony's job to babysit the retailers who have these purchase orders for allocated consoles when they come up with launches like this? Or is it the responsibility of the retailer to do right by the people who keep the lights on in the first place, the customer? I say that to say, we all know GameStop is going down the crapper, right? So when I hear about this behavior, and I'm not saying All GameStop employees are doing this. Shout out to Yancey. Yancey hopped in the stream Wednesday night, gave us all the tea on the pre-orders that were happening today, protocols and procedures, everything else. Yancey was bomb.com. And not all GameStops are created equal. But yes, word on the street is there are some folks at certain retailers, managers who work in the same region, who are collectively taking all of their POs, purchase orders, for these PlayStation 5 consoles, and they're skimming off the top. And they're leaving the crumbs for the masses, right? Maybe a GameStop location had 15 and all of a sudden now they have 7. Well, last time I checked, one GameStop retailer doesn't have 7 managers on the clock, if you know what I'm saying. So we got to be mindful of that. But the two big important lessons. Any retailer, the next time they offer a in-store pre-order opportunity, you go to that retailer 1 hour the day before they close. You wait. You see if they make a ticketing system. You see if they give you a voucher guaranteeing your pre-order. You get to go home and sleep and have sugar plum fairies dancing in that head. Number 2, do not be afraid to buy a bundle or a console regardless of when it says it will ship. Let me go back to my where are we at? Regardless of when it will ship. Because now we know for a measly price of $18.99, you too can have expedited overnight shipping. So people who lucked out and got this who got this bundle, they're gonna have their stuff, if not launch day, Friday the 13th, 24th. And they don't have to fight the scalpers. And they don't have to worry about primary accessories. Now let's talk about accessories since I'm going down this road, okay? Let me go back to my Amazon tab here, because that's a good place to do accessories. Every accessory has been selling out like hotcakes. Now you'll see here, I was able to secure this accessory on the 21st. Why? Because I follow the king right now on Twitter. You better go follow Wario64. You better go follow Wario64. I apologize for the scrolling. You better go follow Wario64 and turn that bell on, because Wario64 is the reason why on the 21st of September, that day I'll always remember, Pulse 3D headsets on Amazon, I was able to cop one. And so far, by the grace of God and the sweet communion of the Holy Spirit, that order has not been canceled. GameStop workers put PS5s on eBay before pre-order went live. Surprise drop on the 16th that witnessed it. Right? Let's talk about this for a moment. So I won't go down it entirely because I did it on Wednesday. We broke down someone's eBay listing for like $25,000. Okay, folks, stay off eBay. Stay off eBay. People who are posting stuff for like $5,000, $10,000 on eBay, those listings are not going to have confirmed purchases, right? You have a lot of vigilante eBay users who are purchasing or winning the bids on these listings with no intent to PayPal the money. As a realist, I keep it real. You're going to see a lot of people who are going to try to do the double for the trouble. If they cop a digital for $3.99, you're probably going to see them priced maybe on an OfferUp or a Craigslist or a Facebook Marketplace for $8.50, right? The disc version, add an extra 100 onto that $9.50. That's the trading price that you're going to see those at. And that's real talk. And I'm not telling people that to say, oh, go buy these consoles and trade them. I'm telling you that in case the situation comes up where you just want the console. You don't want to have to go through the fight of trying to figure out who's going to pre-order next. If your financial situation allows you to bless somebody in that way, my philosophy always is, because I've been in that situation before, where I had to, when the Nintendo Classic came out, I couldn't find a Nintendo Classic to save my life, and I paid double for somebody's trouble. I think they were selling for what, $69.99. And I was financially at that time in a decent place where I was just like, I want what I want, and I paid $1.40 for it. So I always think about that. If you're in that situation, I really, really, really want to try to help as many people as I can secure consoles for the manufacturer's suggested retail price. Okay, but if a situation comes up and you go buy a scratcher, I don't know, you go buy a scratcher December 23rd and you win $10,000, and you're like, oh my God, I can get my children a PlayStation 5. They'll lose their minds. It'll be a priceless memory. And someone has one posted on Craigslist for double the price. That's what you're going to be seeing, double for the trouble. In terms of accessories, right? So the Pulse 3D headset, nobody has it. Sony has talked about this proprietary technology, if you will, of 3D audio. The cost of entry is not bad, right? Like higher end headsets usually trade between the really good ones like SteelSeries. I personally like SteelSeries. You're going to be looking at $150 to $300 depending upon the headset. So having a $99 price point entry, new technology, let's see if they can get that mic sounding a lot better. I mean, that's a lot of reason why people don't use a PlayStation headset, is because of the mic quality when they're doing party chat, especially if you're playing games where you need that type of party chat, whether it's a GTA, a Red Dead, a Call of Duty, if you will, a Rocket League. You need that party chat. I'm personally telling people, again, you want to focus on the protein, but sometimes you got to have a 180 vision with this, right? Like, if there are accessories available that you're going to use that will help you build up your future PlayStation 5 entertainment package, if you will, by all means, secure your side items, okay? I like Thanksgiving just as much as the next person, but a lot of times I don't go to Thanksgiving for the turkey. Sometimes I'm going for the sweet potatoes, the mac and cheese, and the cranberry sauce. By all means, secure the sides, but we really want to make sure we focus on the protein. The problem that we're having is a logistics issue, right? You're talking about a company who manufactures in Asia, and you've got to go through customs, right? They're not going to be, and to my opinion, okay, because we talked about the article of Sony chartering, it was either 40 or 60 jets, 747s from Delta, to be able to cover the freight costs of shipping the PS5 consoles to these retailers that have secured purchase orders and pre-orders, right? They're not going to do that same gesture for a $99 wireless headset, right? The cost in jet fuel alone is worth it. They're already in the red. You wouldn't make stupid mistakes like this. So I say that to say, more than likely, accessories, as they continue to restock, are probably going to be coming via overseas freight, which is going to take longer. And you only have certain ports along the Pacific, right? If they're going to be coming from Asia, then they're going to be hitting the ports on the Pacific coast. And then they're going to be distributed from the West Coast to all of the other retailers and chains. So I say that to say, secure your accessories now. Don't play the waiting game on, I'll get accessories when I feel like it. If you want the headset, get the headset. It's new technology, 3D audio. Your audio experience is just as important as your visual experience. We'll talk about visual in a moment, but visual is also something I really want people to wait on. It is not the turkey at the Thanksgiving meal. We're focusing on the turkey and the proper side items. But if you already have a bomb headset, if you've got like a SteelSeries Arctic 7, would I buy this? Would I buy this, or would I buy the Ultimate Launch Edition of Spider-Man Miles Morales? I'm buying the Ultimate Launch Edition of Spider-Man Miles Morales and not this headset. But if your audio game needs an upgrade and you don't have the budget to buy, whether it's a stereo system, whether it's a bomb sound bar, by all means, cop the headset if and when you can find it. I personally believe Target and Amazon have been the two places that have had the most opportunities to pre-order the headset more than one time. But really, when it comes to audio, real talk, if you are looking to upgrade your sound, because I know a lot of people, it's like they're getting a new console, they want to upgrade everything. They want to upgrade the TV, they want to upgrade their monitors, they want to upgrade their headsets, their audios, whatever. Please, 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 wait till the week of Black Friday. Wait till the week of Black Friday, because that is the best time, in my opinion, to cop sound bars, to cop gaming monitors. Real talk. Best Buy, those JBL sound bars that sound, ooh, just how I like my bacon, extra crispy, okay? Those sound bars that cost $5.99 and $6.99, you got to remember, these companies have new product SKUs they want to bring out. They want to get the old inventory out. You're going to be copping them joints for $1.99, $2.49. It is the absolute best time to get anything related to a monitor, a sound bar, a stereo, whatever. Cop it Black Friday. But if you really have your heart set on this accessory, by all means, feel free to cop it. The media remote is something else too. It's a cheap price point entry, okay? I have an Apple TV. I love my Apple TV. My Apple TV is not the only entertainment hub that I use to manage watch content. My PlayStation 4 is also used as an entertainment hub. My Spotify, my YouTube. When the PlayStation Store has the John Wick trilogy on sale for $6.99 in Ultra 4K, I'm buying it. I'm like Jim Cramer. Buy. Okay? I just did a Three Ninjas marathon, and guess what? Each rental for Three Ninjas was $2.99. And guess what? I bought it on the PlayStation Store. I'm such a nerd. Where my three? Y'all know Three Ninjas? Where my Three Ninjas at? Where my hoes at? Where my Three Ninjas at? So the price point entry is $29. If I lost my Apple TV remote, yes, there is an app that will act as a remote, but you cannot turn your Apple TV on from the remote app on your phone. You have to physically have the remote. To replace that remote is $59. Why wouldn't I just buy this for $29? Now, here's the thing. Let me go to Target. Target has the media remote. If you need it. If you need it. If you need it. SOS. If you need the media remote, Target has it. I'm going to paste this link in the chat right now. If you know anybody who is in the market for the media remote, Target has it. Target is the only retailer that has it. And if I hit pre-order now, does it add it to the cart? You better call your friends. You better spread the gospel. I'm trying to help y'all in these. I'm really trying to help y'all. Target has the media remote. Okay. Now, why do we care about the media remote? I like Amazon's picture better, but we will leave it up here for pre-order sake purposes, because I will talk about pre-ordering on Target. Console related, not accessory related. Why do we like the media remote? Because we all have been through that experience where you're holding your DualShock controller and you're trying to navigate play, start, stop, yada, yada, shmana. Sometimes it's just easier to have the designated remote to do that stuff. Also, too, these 4 buttons, right? Some of them, I think the other press images have like Disney Plus, Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, maybe a different button here. Sometimes it's easier just to be able to push a button and go, right? I have all 4 of those apps already set up on my PlayStation 4. It's easy, it's convenient, it's quick, and it's cheap. It's cheap. It's a cheap accessory. An accessory that you would use. Now, if you are not, I would say if you are one of those people who are like looking into cutting cable and just focusing on streaming apps, and you don't have a designated entertainment hub, but you are in the market for a PlayStation 5, I would highly recommend getting this anyway, because once you realize that you can do everything on your PlayStation, I mean, that's the way Xbox is marketing their thing too with their UI. How you can manage all of your apps. It's one seamless platform. You don't need anything else for any other reason. By all means, do it. And if you don't like, if you get the media remote and you realize it's not for you, guess what you can do? You can return it. And it's only $30 plus tax. It doesn't cost you an arm and a leg to do it. Like, return it. But if you know anybody who needs that media remote, Target is the only major retailer right now that has it. Send out the SOS, send them the link, okay? I'm gonna go back to Amazon just because I liked how they have like all their options laid out. Also too, I'm gonna come back to the camera. The dual charging station. Target has that. Say what? Let me go. Last time I checked, Target had it. Say what? I'm trying to bless y'all's. Oh, they added to the cart. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm trying to bless y'all's life. I'm trying to bless y'all's life. I'm going to put it in the chat. Putting the link in the chat. You know anybody who needs that dual charging station, you better send out the SOS. You'd be like, Allie over at Two Hoes on a Console. Two Hoes on a Console is hooking y'all up. If you know anybody who needs accessories, right? This to me is a mandatory accessory. Anybody who games and wants their freedom of being wireless, that's the beautiful thing about a wireless headset or a wireless controller. If one controller dies, you put it on the dock, you pick up the backup, and guess what? The gaming experience stays continuous. This to me is a no-brainer. You're really depriving yourself. And this is also important for people who might have kids who are gamers and they're trying to figure out what should I get the kids alongside the console. So I'm trying to educate the parents, the grandparents, the aunties, the uncles out there, the mentors who are trying to make maybe their holiday season experience, whether Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, whatever you choose to celebrate, nothing at all, just buying shit, right? Just trying to make sure you're educated. This is mandatory to me. This is a mandatory experience. You need to be like Jim Cramer and bye. This is mandatory. Absolutely mandatory. And Target is the only place that has it. Best Buy sold out. GameStop is sold out. Walmart is sold out. This is the only place. Sam's Club doesn't even sell it. That's how shady Walmart is. Walmart gives a slice of their PlayStation 5 pie to their warehouse membership, where the average age of the member is 57 years old. Y'all let me know when Costco gets the PS5 for pre-order, all right? Mandatory accessory. Let's go back to Amazon. Appreciate you all tuning in, who are just tuning in, brand new, talking about PS5 things tonight. Please like, follow, share if you care, because a hoe's trying to grow. Now, the two accessories that have been readily available, and I'm going to talk about them. We're going to start with the camera, okay? And I should have up PlayStation's website. Clearly, we don't see any hardware, but let's go to the camera. Okay. So, for those of you who are interested in getting into streaming, that are looking for a camera that will do a good job, this captures 1080p. For a 1080p price point, this is not bad, but this is why the camera hasn't sold out. In the world of streaming, the most important thing, believe it or not, is not, appreciate you, Scraggly Rock, appreciate you very much. So the reason why the camera has not sold out, because in the world of streaming, your pixel quality is not actually the most important thing, believe it or not. The most important thing is your FPS, your frames per second. So like right now, like how I'm moving, like I have a Sony camcorder that does 1080p, but it also does 60 frames per second. So it's like as I move, right, like boom, 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 right? Also too, when you play video games are in 60 frames per second. So if this camera only does 30 frames per second, do not buy it. I know there are a lot of, I know that there are a lot of people right now, pandemic-ish is hard, money is tight, you're trying to figure out, how to keep the lights on. I completely and totally understand it, but I'm telling you right now, if someone was like, Allie, do I buy the camera or do I buy the launch edition of Spider-Man Miles Morales for $49.99? I'm going to say, screw the camera, get Miles Morales. And if you can, you should be getting the launch edition of that game, because the previous version of Spider-Man for PlayStation 4, it includes the remastered version. We're going to talk about that for a second. Let's talk about it. Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Launch Edition. Okay. Well, let you zoom in on that. Nope. Let's scroll down. What's in the box? What's in the backs? Yo, I'm only had 4 hours of sleep. I was trying to get a PlayStation 5 for a friend. You can. Spider-Man Miles Morales. This is what you've got to look out for, okay? Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. So, let me go back to my beautiful. Let's go back to this for a second. This is very important, okay? When you are shopping for games for the PlayStation 5, whether it's a game that has a version on PlayStation 4 right now and they're going to go up to PlayStation 5, the key word you want to look for is remastered. Remastered. Remastered means the development team took the PlayStation 4 version, they took the code for that game, they went back into their developer applications, and they rendered it and remastered it to work with the technology that is built into the PlayStation 5. That is an extra 3 to 6 months of labor. That is an extra 3 to 6 months of labor alone. Alone. So take 2K for example, right? Like 2K and Madden. If you went on the PlayStation Store right now, you would probably see something that says, "Oh, we're going to give you for maybe like $69.99. You can buy NBA 2K21 or Madden 21, and we will automatically upgrade you to the PS5 version." What is the caveat with that? It's not remastered. It is not the remastered version. You are depriving yourself of an ultimate audio and visual experience because it's just software update, PS5. It is not a remastered version, which is why I tell people all the time, if you're going to buy 2K, if you're going to buy Madden, okay, it's cool if you got the PlayStation 4 version. Don't deprive yourself of having a good time, but you need to buy the remastered, designated PS5 version of these games. 1,000%. Do not, we talked about it earlier, the marketing strategies, the propaganda. Don't let that fool you. If it says remastered, show me the money, baby. Show me the mother effing money. Okay? If it doesn't say remastered, nope. You can wait. You can wait. You can wait, because I'm going to promise you this. Watch what happens Black Friday. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Watch what happens Black Friday. Because you're going to see launch day for PS5 is Thursday, November 12th. Guess what happens 2 weeks later? Happy Turkey Day. Homes and acres go away when you hear the children say it's Happy Turkey Day, hoes, okay? If you've seen Addams Family Values, you know the scene I'm talking about when Wednesday and Pugsley and all the other reject kids are doing the Thanksgiving play. It's priceless. You're going to see, I promise you, like, I want you to come back on the stream and be like, Allie, you were crazy as hell, but you were right, ho. You were right. You're going to see, I promise you, you're going to see PlayStation 5 games drop. Why am I saying that? I play Madden, okay? I play 2K. I play on PlayStation. Feel free to drop your PSN. I'll add you. I'm not going to put mine up there for privacy reasons, but I always wait. It's been my MO for at least 5 years. I always, and also too, because I don't have any desire to get to rank 99 on 2K. Like I play other games like GTA and Red Dead and 2K and Madden. I'm not Madden, sorry, Rocket League, where I put more into the rank than like Madden or 2K. Madden, I'm doing franchise mode. 2K, I'm doing career mode. I'm a plot type of hoe. I like a good story, okay? So I personally always waited to the week of Black Friday to buy the latest version of Madden and the latest version of 2K. Why? Because EA and 2K always make their games half price the week of Thanksgiving. It has been the trend for 5 years running. You're going to have a supply-demand problem. What do I mean? You're going to have plenty, and I promise you, plenty, a plethora of copies of PlayStation 5 remastered Madden 21. You're going to have plenty of copies of PlayStation 5 remastered 2K21. Let's take a look at these prices. Let's take a look at them. Let's take a look at them. Let's take a look at them. Where are we at? They here somewhere. They here somewhere. See, look, that's PS4. Look at this. Again, marketing. Look at this. Includes next gen upgrade. Let's take a look. I'm all about knowledge. Knowledge is power for folks. Knowledge might be boring for some, but I'm all about the strategy play. I'm all about everyone winning in life. There's plenty of opportunity at the table. There's plenty of dinner rolls to go around. You know what I'm saying? So let's take a look at this. Appreciate you all tuning in very much. I'm very humbled. I'm having fun. Okay? Madden 21, PS4, PS5 includes next gen upgrade. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? Okay? Let's see the overview. Okay, you're describing the game. Where do we talk about PS5? And talk about it there. I'll go to specs in a second. I'm going to see if hovering over this does anything. That does nothing. I need to see the words. What is the keyword we're looking for? Remastered. Remastered for PS5. That's what I need to see. Specs. Compatible platforms. That doesn't say remastered. That does not say remastered. I'm not going to go into reviews. But let's take a look over here on the left, right? Here's the deluxe edition. So why don't we... Oh, you can actually do this for... Oh, no, that's for Xbox One. We'll do a new tab. Well, let me do a new tab. No? You're not going to let me do a new tab? There we go. It's like, stop being stupid. How much do you want to bet that this version, Straggly Rock, I'll add you later on tonight. Appreciate you, player. How much do you want to bet that this version is the version with the remastered Madden 21 for PlayStation 5. We talked about it Wednesday. We know the standard pricing for PlayStation 5 games is now going to be up $10, $69.99. You can transfer that to whatever currencies in the country where you reside, but it's going up $10 here in the States. Okay, I promise you. And look at the art though. Look at the art. Look at the art. PS4 art. Now, do they have artwork for PS5? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Aha. You always want to pay attention. I want the game. That if marketing doesn't matter, if there's one thing you can take away from this, ladies, gents, however you choose to identify, I don't pay your bills. That's none of my business, okay? You want the games that have the PlayStation 5 artwork. PS5 artwork, PS5 remaster. I try to make as simple as possible. Okay, don't be this guy, right? Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy where you got a PS4 cartridge. Now, mind you, now let's back it up. I am talking to people who have not purchased Madden or 2K. I know there are a lot of fellas out there, and my ladies too, who got it day one. They are Maddenites. They're 2K heads. I'm not shaming on your game, but if you are in the market, I'm telling you to wait. I'm telling you to wait to Black Friday. I can promise you this version is going to be half price. I promise you. What's that NSYNC song? This I promise you. I promise you, it's gonna be half price. But look, but what's the difference? What did I say? Oh no, that's not PS. Is that PS5? Shall we click on it? Nope, it's PS4. So maybe, just maybe, Madden doesn't have PS5 artwork. 2K does. I'm buying the PS5 version of 2K. And even at $69.99, I'm telling you right now, that price is going to drop. Why is that price going to drop? Because you're going to have a plethora of games and not enough people who have consoles. Supply and demand. They need to move this product just as bad as we want to play it. But you're going to see an uptick, right? Like you're going to see an uptick and a surge in purchasing launch day weekend. And then you know what's going to happen? Crickets. Don't be surprised if this price goes down to, honestly, if I had to guess, I'm going to say $34.99. It's half price. $34.99, real talk. You come back and find me Black Friday week, we will chop it up about this. This game is actually, a game I'm really looking forward to because I love Rocket League. And when I saw this trailer, it was like Rocket League meets Death Race meets one of my all-time favorite PlayStation games, Twisted Metal 2, all in one, meets Monster Truck Rally. The problem is I'm not sure if I want to pay $70 for it. There's other games I'd rather play $70 for. So I will be owning this game. I'm definitely going to wait for reviews, and I'm definitely going to wait for that price to go low. Same with FIFA. FIFA's going to go half price. I promise you, FIFA's going to go half price. I don't play Star Wars too much. Like Lego Star Wars, I promise you this will go half price. This may go, I'm not sure if these Ultimate Editions will go half price. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw 20% off. $79.99, maybe $64.99. But I'm specifically focused on Madden. Far Cry has some time. I feel like this might even get delayed a little bit. There's something in my spirit that's telling me it's going to get delayed. But if I don't see any artwork for PS5 for Madden, then I know. Watch Dogs. The other game I'm looking forward to, let me know what games you're looking forward to in the chat. I definitely want to know what you're looking forward to playing. I personally, it's not going to come out anytime soon, and I'm okay with that. But I'm really, really, really looking forward to Deathloop. Like, real talk. Deathloop is... I love that shaft, I'm gonna get you, sucker. And the fast gameplay. You want to talk about 60 frames per second playing Deathloop. Did you not see the gameplay trailer? That ish was fast. I mean, if you got cataracts, you better get your Visine ready. Go get your LASIK done. Because the frames are going to be... And people who are used to PC gaming are used to these frame rates when they have like the monitors and refreshing and stuff. So it's going to be great to finally see consoles be able to do 4K 60 frames per second. It's been a long time coming. And let's not get it twisted. You know, I'm not trying to get into the PC versus console gaming war. I'm not going down that yellow brick road, okay? I ain't that stupid. But what I'm saying is like the future of technology is extremely bright. And it's very exciting to see the possibilities with all of this potential. I will say one other thing though, because I forgot to mention it again. Appreciate you all tuning in, and I'm having fun tonight. Hopefully you find all this information, educational tips, tricks in terms of helping you do pre-orders. We are going to talk about next steps for pre-ordering, things like that. But I just wanted to finish one thing with accessories. So if you really want to get into streaming, like no major streamer is buying this because they have state-of-the-art equipment, right? So the cost entry for this is not terrible, but if it's 30 frames per second, and I hope Sony is not making that mistake. I feel like they wouldn't, but again, when something is so compact, sometimes you got to make sacrifices for the sake of the bottom line. If it's 30 frames per second, don't buy it. Save your money, get a used camcorder on OfferUp for $100, and get 60 frames per second 1080p. Do not buy this if it's 30 frames per second. And Sony more than likely is going to be sending this camera out to a ton of streamers so they can review it and get people excited about it. But I like people like Harris Heller. Shout out to Harris Heller, because he breaks down all the tea in terms of cameras and apertures, and he talks about it. When you're looking at compact cameras, even if it's compact webcams, the most important thing is not 4K or 720 or 1080, it's 60 frames per second, because lighting does wonders for that ass, okay? Last accessory, the controller. My personal belief, and the controller has been readily available everywhere, and let's be very clear, I don't think that's going to last very long. I don't think you're going to be able to see the controller and the stock that it's been in for much longer. My personal belief is people are gambling on new colors dropping before launch. And just like how I was talking about the media remote, if you get the media remote and you realize that using your PS5 as an entertainment hub doesn't tickle your fancy, return it. Get a spare controller now. And if Sony's like, surprise hoes, new colors, then return exchange. It's not. Or have 3 controllers. There's no such thing as too many controllers, backup controllers, in my opinion. I don't understand why people are playing, let's all play the waiting game. I don't understand why people are trying to wait. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's the same thing I'm talking about. During the pandemic, we have a shipping, logistics, and manufacturing issue with delays. You could go to Best Buy, Lowe's, Home Depot right now. Go try to buy a refrigerator. Go try to buy a dishwasher, a washer and dryer, a stove. You know what they're going to tell you? Okay, we're going to take this order and we're going to hope that you get it in 3 months. Why? Because we have manufacturing delays and shipping and logistics with COVID-19. You think they're just going to let boxes in off the boat and not check the temperatures of motherfuckers? Are you kidding me? Get Get your spare controller now. I don't know how many times I have to tell this to people. Worst case scenario. And it's not even really a worst case because you have a spare controller. If you are a stickler for color, I'm pretty sure there are going to be some third-party people there who are going to get their hands on a DualSense and try to make skins for it. Right? Or you just wait it out 3 to 6 months. If Sony doesn't drop any new colors, and when they get a new color, you cop a new color. Like, get your controllers now. I promise you, honest to God, if it's not by Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, some people call it Columbus weekend, they're trying to be political, whatever. Worst case scenario, by Halloween, you're not gonna be able to buy a spare controller. The only way you would be able to buy a spare controller is if you went to a retailer launch day and they had allocated extra ones with extra consoles, and it's like, do you want this, and this? They're gonna do it like GameStop. Which one do you want? What accessories do you want? This. Buy your controllers, people. Like, I can't stress it enough. So, next steps. What do we do? Okay. We've talked about GameStop's debacle. You purchased a fridge in May. I'm not Straggly on YouTube, in case you're watching on Twitch. Straggly was talking about they purchased a fridge in May. It's delayed till Halloween. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the situation because I literally just talked about it. It's like I ordered a fridge Mother's Day, and you'll get it at Charlie Brown Halloween. It's like, what the? Sony is not going to spend tens of millions of dollars to ship accessories on 747 jet planes. They're not going to charter planes for accessories that are $69.99, $59.99, $29.99, $99.99. They're not going to do it. It's a waste of time and money. Buy the ish now. If you can't secure the turkey, get the sweet potatoes, the mac and cheese, the cranberry sauce. Your spare controller, your dual charging station for 2 controllers, and if you can swing it, if your audio situation needs an upgrade, if you can find a headset, do a headset. If your audio situation is fine and you use your PlayStation as an entertainment hub, the media remote. That's it. Those are the only 3 accessories that you need, in my opinion. Really, there's only 2 accessories you absolutely need. Controller, charging station. The media remote is a luxury item, but the price point entry is low enough, I'm willing to cop it. Headset, we've talked about audio. If you're really trying to do a big upgrade, why only upgrade your headset when you can upgrade your entire audio experience for even when you're not gaming, which is why I say wait till Black Friday for the soundbar deals. Same for monitors too. People have been asking me what monitor or TV should I get. If you see anything that says 8K, run away. 8K, run away. You don't need it. It's a marketing propaganda tactic right now. Nobody's gaming in 8K. I can promise you're not going to see 8K gaming really until 2024, maybe 2025. Sony already talked about they're going to be providing support for the PlayStation 4 till 2024. You're not going to see 8K gaming before then. You don't need an 8K TV. It would be great if you had a 4K TV that had HDR that could do a solid 120 hertz refresh rate. And if the port had a 4K HDMI 2.1 port on it, that would also be delicious. I like to tell people if you're in the market for TV, 1, you should wait till Black Friday week. 2, the most important thing for specs for me on a television are refresh rate, HDR, which should be standard on HDR is pretty much now, like 5 years ago, HDR wasn't standard on TVs. HDR is pretty much standard on 4K TVs. Refresh rate, The closer you can get to 240, a true 240, the better, but a 120 refresh rate will do for gaming. Obviously, you want to look at the color ratios in terms of how they handle the blues, the blacks, things like that. But really, if you're getting down to the basics, I gotta have 4 HDMI ports. Do not buy a television that has less than 4 HDMI inputs. Don't do it. I mean, what do I have right now? I have an Apple TV and a 4K port. I have my PlayStation 4 and a 4K port. I have my Nintendo Switch dock in another port. And then I have my sound system running through HDMI as well. That's 4 ports. These television, that's what I'm saying. When you see a price on a television and it's like, oh, it's $299, you better check them specs. Where your specs at? Do not get a HDTV that has less than 4 HDMI inputs. But you need HDR. You need at least 120 refresh rate because you're gaming in 60 frames per second. You need 120 to 240, and make sure your colors are decent. And just get the best situation for your budget. If you see 8K, run the hell away. You don't need it. It's a waste of time, money. In terms of gaming monitors, I like to get gaming monitors that are I don't want to say future proof, but I know they're going to last me a good while. So it's like, even if eventually down the road it turns into a secondary monitor and not my primary gaming monitor, I personally like to look for 1440p specs. So a lot of times people do 1280 by 1080p. I want that 2250 by 1440 type of ratio. I want 1440 pixel. I want ultra HD borderline. It's like 1080p, then ultra HD, and then 4K. 1440p is that ultra HD mark. So I want 1440p, and I want at least a refresh rate of 144 hertz. You got to look at specs for that. I know that Asus, it's either Acer or Asus, they have like a $279 monitor that will do that. Cop that joint. That joint will probably be $199 to $149 Black Friday week. Let's talk about next steps for PS5. I appreciate you all hanging out with a hoe. Again, I got a late start. Listen, I had the nap of life. I was supposed to start an hour earlier. Had the nap of life. Sometimes that happens. Been grinding, trying to find PS5s for the gaming crew and things like that. I'm just trying to pay it forward. Next steps. Let's talk about it. So, word on the street is Best Buy, Target, Walmart, they're going to be doing a new set of pre-orders. The thing with these websites, right, is that you really have to be strategic, which is why I say you need to download the big four, okay? You need to download, and when I say download, I'm talking about mobile apps, right? You need to download Best Buy. You need to download Target. You need to download Walmart. And in this case, you would need to download Gamestop. Quick question. Yeah, Straggly, feel free to ask your question. Talk a little bit. When it uploads for me, I'll definitely get to it. Make sure you have those mobile apps on your phone, right? I'm going to pull up Target right now, right? So you can see I've got the Target app on my phone. Even when I touch the search bar, it doesn't. The only things that pop up: PlayStation 5 and disinfectant spray. Microbrand is a different brand of Lysol. That's all I'm looking at these days: PlayStation 5 and disinfectant spray. But it's like you can tap on it and you'll see it says, "There's the console. There's my store coming soon." If it was pre-order, you could have that red button there. So it's like, I like to have my computer browser tabs, because I'm right-hand dominant, use my mouse with my right hand, and when I'm going through the mobile app, get my left-hand thumb game going with the mobile app. Games I'm doing at launch. Great question. So I am doing the Ultimate Edition of Spider-Man Miles Morales. I want that remastered version of the current gen Spider-Man. I'm also going to do Demon Souls. I did not have the opportunity to play it on PlayStation 3. I was a little bit late to the PlayStation game because I'm a Nintendo head, but I bought a PlayStation 3 at the time I had a Nintendo Wii because I was playing Madden on Nintendo Wii, and I was literally holding both Wii controllers and trying to like play people online. I was getting my ass kicked. So I was like, okay, I need to get my ass. Like, what the hell is this? I was getting my ass kicked on Madden on Nintendo Wii. So I ended up picking up a PlayStation 3, was playing Madden, was playing Mortal Kombat, and it was actually my first point into GTA. GTA 5 was the first GTA I ever played. PlayStation 3 changed my life. But Demon Souls came out on PS3, and everybody's been talking about how this remaster is killer. I've been watching some gameplay of the old gen Demon Souls, been looking at some trailers and footage in Ultra 4K, and I'm very excited. So I copped that game. I will be copping 2K21, not until Black Friday when it goes on sale. I will be copping Madden 21, not until Black Friday when it goes on sale. I will be copping Assassin's Creed. Here's the other thing about Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed will probably go on sale Black Friday. So I'm going to wait for Assassin's Creed Black Friday. The Destruction All-Stars game, when it gets to like $49.99 and under, I will cop that game to get my Rocket League fix on. And then I'm missing a game. Oh, you're playing Call of Duty. So here's my thing with Call of Duty. Because I play GTA, and I don't play GTA in first person. I play it in third person. And when I used to play Call of Duty, like when I played like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I loved that game. I like campaigns. I like story modes, and I downloaded the alpha of the Call of Duty Cold War. It was either last weekend or weekend before last, and they didn't have campaign mode. They only have multiplayer online and only certain maps. It was okay. I may buy Call of Duty, but for me, it's gonna have to be half price. I will buy Call of Duty when it's like, oh, that's a good deal. Let me just go ahead and cop it and see what it's about. I have a lot of friends in my gaming crew. Shout out to Kilo Trinity, love y'all, who are deep into Call of Duty addicts. I have one of my closest friends who is level 1000 on every Call of Duty. That's when a new Call of Duty comes out, he disappears into the abyss. He's grinding to get to level 1000 on each one. So I will cop it. It's just going to be on a sale price. I know there's another game I'm missing. The game I'm looking forward to the most, really, but it's not coming out apparently until Q2 of 2021, is Deathloop. Deathloop, I am super excited as a black woman to see black characters in leads. I mean, Miles Morales, I need to see more people of color, right? I don't know if any of y'all have played Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. That story mode I love. It's just the diversity of representation, good plot, good dialogue. If you have never played Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus, please cop that game. That game is awesome. Awesome game. Call of Duty is addicting, right? Like, so people who are Call of Duty heads, you're going to be loyal and faithful, right? I have respect for you. It's just like having respect for a loyal Cleveland Brown fan. I will have more respect for a loyal Cleveland Browns fan than I will for any Tom Brady bandwagon hair plug Merriweather horse nanny poo-poo that's out here in these streets. You see what I'm saying? If you're a Call of Duty head, I respect it, right? I'm just glad that you got you secured a console for pre-launch. You're getting the games and accessories you want. You like it, I love it. But yeah, those are the games I'm gonna be picking up. So I've what have I ordered so far? So I have the disc version of the PS5. I don't want to buy followers on Twitch. Stop spamming. So I bought the disc version of the PS5. I bought the headset from Amazon when they did the second round of pre-ordering for that. Also from Best Buy, I picked up at the same time a secondary DualSense controller, the DualSense charging station for 2 controllers, and the media remote. Only accessory I'm not getting is the HD camera for obvious reasons. I don't know what the frame rate is, and for streaming, I have a different setup than someone who's getting like brand new into streaming. So let's talk about next steps. We've talked about the word on the street. Best Buy, Target, Walmart, they're going to be dropping pre-orders, okay? We now know, based on trends, because I'm a trend type of hoe, right? We now know based on trends that when these sites drop pre-orders online, it's going to be during a time of day where both East Coast folks and West Coast folks are most likely to be awake. We know this now, right? That's another nugget that you can take. Now that we know this, what we're going to do is we're going to take that information and use that to better our chances of securing a pre-order console. So now you know, unless you are physically going to the store to pre-order a console, if different retailers allow that opportunity, you're not going to lose sleep at night. I'm not going to be staying up till 3 in the morning anymore chasing pre-orders on these websites because they're dropping them during the daytime hours. And if they're not during the daytime hours, they're during the early evening hours, right? Like, I'm sure Sony and the PlayStation team had some sort of plan in terms of the time of day they wanted to drop it. Walmart said, screw you hoes, it's a pandemic, we need the money, pre-order now. And then all the pandemonium, all hell broke loose. Because once someone, and when I say someone, I'm really talking about the press, okay? Once the press gets a hold of the information for a PlayStation pre-order, you're done. You're done, right? You might as well assume the whole world knows, okay? You might as well assume the whole world knows. This is what happened today. Sony PlayStation 5, available pre-order. It's already selling out. Who would not think that it wouldn't sell out? Right now in the world, there are 112 million PlayStation 4 units out there. There are about just shy of 60 million Nintendo Switch units and about 42 million Xbox units in the world, active users using these consoles. Why the hell would you not think, when the PlayStation 4 was originally launched in 2013, and a lot of people still own their first-gen PlayStation 4, or a lot of people upgraded to the 1 terabyte slim model, a lot of us didn't buy the Pro. I didn't buy the Pro because my strategy was, if you have a TV at the time, you're talking like 2016-ish, 2017-ish, if you have a television that does 4K and HDR, it's gonna the PlayStation Slim 1 terabyte automatically upgrades the visual experience because it has HDR capability. You need the Pro. You did not need the PlayStation 4 Pro unless you saw like a bundle price that was just too good to be true. Which the only time you would see it is Black Friday, when they would drop maybe like the Spider-Man PS4 Pro 1 terabyte bundle. Maybe instead of like being $4.99, it was like $3.99, or maybe instead of it being $3.99, it was $2.99. You never saw a discount on the Pro. It wasn't worth it. I'm the type of person, I like to upgrade with redesigns. Just like my cell phones, I try my best to take care of them. God willing, if I can avoid it, I like to do upgrades with redesigns. Like the PS4 Pro, I know a lot of people love it, but I didn't have no sense of urgency to get it. So why in the hell would people not think, with the PS5 coming out, with a 7-year time span from the first PS4 gen coming out to now, really over 7 years, that people wouldn't be excited about it? That people wouldn't want to get it? And we have a pandemic? Old white people, y'all make me laugh. Y'all really do. I don't understand. What's all the excitement about? That gaming thing. Why are all these people in line? I can't find a parking spot. I gotta go to CVS and pick up my back cream prescription. And it's a pandemic. Let me tell you something. The Nintendo Switch, outside of today, which, random side note, extremely random, if you are a Nintendo Switch person like myself, if you know somebody who's looking for a Switch, Best Buy had them on earlier. And they had the Animal Crossing version of the Switch. We'll take a brief look real quick just in case. But to my knowledge, they may be sold out. No, I don't like your deals. I want a PlayStation 5. If I can hit enter. Yo, it's hard out here in these streets. What did I tell y'all to do? What did I tell y'all to do early in the stream? I said, follow this man right here. If you don't learn anything, if you're like, Allie, you're a loud, crazy hoe, you're nuts. If you don't listen to anything I say today, please go on Twitter and follow Wario64 and hit the bell icon. Because what did homeboy do? Animal Crossing Switch up at Best Buy. What happened? Sold out. They also had this version of the Switch. Oh! Y'all see that? Get it Monday, October 5th. Oh! Wait a minute. Jesus on the main line. I'm putting the link in the chat if you know somebody who needs a Switch. Tell him. Yo! Tell him what you want. Got switches? You know what? Ladies, gents, however you choose to identify, let's take this as a learning lesson, right? When your attention is diverted to other consoles, the PS5, the Xbox Series that are coming out, look at this nugget of joy, right? The Switch, in my opinion, should never be sold out. It should always be a readily available console for purchase. It's been sold out since the pandemic. People have had to stay home. They're looking for other forms of entertainment. Wow. Don't say I don't try to educate and inform y'all. Like, you better be like cool in the gang and get down on it, all right? I don't know, you really want to dance by standing on the wall, get your back up off the wall and add to cart. Baby. Wow. I surprised myself. I thought they'd been sold out. Animal Crossing sold out. I'm like, why the hell would that not be sold out? What about this gray one? I bet you the gray one's still sold out. Yeah, sold out. If you want to switch, speak now and forever hold your bladder. It's right there. I put the link in the chat. Send out the SOS to your people, your crew, what have you. But let's use, this is actually a good teaching opportunity. So let's use this as an example, right? So if we're going to go, we'll just pretend, we're going to pretend that this is another PS5 pre-order. Oh, Straggler had a question. Next up, Twitter refreshing. What happens if it's another surprise pre-order? So this is what we've learned, right, from today's experience. Step one, if there is a surprise pre-order, guess who's going to know about it? Wario, my player, Wario64. Follow, hit the bell. This is, I promise you, I don't know what Wario's favorite breakfast cereal is, okay? I do not know this person personally, but based off of other gamers in the community, other friends of mine who are developers and people we're talking to, everybody follows this guy because when it comes to anything video game, entertainment, nerd related, he always has the scoop and he puts the drop down, right? Yeah, he's an Amazon associate, does other things, but if there's any other type of surprise, Wario is going to be the first to spill the tea. He's going to spill the tea before I am. When Wario spills the tea, I take that tea and I share that tea on my social platforms. But Wario's going to be the first. And if this meant someone was able to follow Wario, hit the bell, they find out their information, and they secure their console before I'm able to spread the gospel, that's a win. Whatever gives people the W at the end of the day. So let's say there is a surprise pre-order, right? The first thing that we know is that they're not going to drop a surprise pre-order during hours where people are not awake, right? Target is not able to make money fast if you're dropping pre-orders at 4:30 in the morning local time, because guess what people are doing? They got sugar plum fairies dancing in their head. So we know that they're going to, if they do drop, when they start dropping pre-orders, they're going to be during daytime functioning hours, most likely between, I would say, 8 a.m. your local time and 10 p.m. your local time. People are awake, people are aware, they're paying attention, they're excited, energetic, things like that. But let's use this as an example, okay? We're going to pretend this is a PS5. We're going to pretend this is a PS5 just for teaching purposes. So, rule number one. Rule number one. As long as the button is not grayed out, you go ham on that ass. Okay? If we went to Best Buy right now, you see the difference? I can't click on shit. Can't click on nothing. Okay? Can't click on nothing. Even if I'm refreshing, nothing. Nothing. Can't click on it. If the button is yellow, it will say pre-order. With Best Buy, their pre-order option, the button is yellow. If the button is yellow, you go ham on that button. We disregard any error message that comes up. It's out of stock. Can't add it to the cart. If that button is yellow and clickable, you click on it. Same for Target. Teaching purposes only, we're going to use the media remote as an example. Target's platform, their button is red. As long as the button is red, you click on it. It's out of stock, we can't add it to the cart. Screw that, right? You see errors like that for multiple reasons. Too much traffic on the site, people want the same item, the back end is bombarded, it's trying to process the queue of orders to secure checkouts, and people get stuck. It's just like, when anybody who uses Mac, like the Rainbow Wheel of Death, where it's like, I don't know what's going on, so I'm just going to stand here and freeze until you kind of figure it out. As long as the button is not gray, you go ham on it, because as I was saying earlier, the first hurdle, the first hardest hurdle to get over is getting the item in the cart. It's the first hardest hurdle. The second hardest hurdle is checking out. So we're going to pretend, like I said, you go ham on this button. Screw pop-ups, unless it says in the cart checkout. Okay. But screw error messages. That's what I meant. Okay. We're going to pretend this is in the cart. Why do I have two of something in the cart? Ha! Because I added the DualSense controller, right? We don't need that. So, when you get to the cart, right? Step one, get it in the cart by any means necessary. Do not close out of Windows. You go ham. And here's a side note. It's going to take you a while. It's going to take you a few minutes. because the system's processing everything. But, excuse me, what you will find is that people who aren't educated and are going through the motions and just give up very easily, right? They see an error message and they stop, or they'll try like a handful more of times and then they stop. This is a marathon. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So I'm saying that in terms of patience. You're gonna have to be patient, but as long as any button is clickable, you do not give up. You keep going, you keep fighting for your right in the queue. When an item is in the cart, I always tell people you need to have an account set up already. Okay? Your email address and password should already be logged in. Your shipping information, your billing information should already be saved. It should literally be go to cart, check out, you've already reconfirmed everything, place order. If you're spending all that time like, oh, I gotta create an email login, oh, I forgot my password, oh, I don't remember the expiration date on this card, you've lost. You've lost. Every website and mobile app, you log in on bestbuy.com, you keep that tab open, you log in on the Best Buy mobile app. You log in at target.com, you log in at target.com, you log in on the Target mobile app. You log in at walmart.com, you log in on the Walmart mobile app. It's the same thing. You want everything to be as seamless as possible. As seamless as possible, because you're talking about the difference between securing your pre-order and being left out in a matter of seconds. Seconds. People having items in the cart, they're having to type in all their info. You already have it saved. You click on it, order confirmation, order placed. You're playing a game of seconds here, folks. So you need to make sure you understand as such the importance. Okay. Best Buy. I'm going to talk about my pre-order experience with Best Buy. My issue with Best Buy was not getting it in the cart. My issue with Best Buy was checking out. Okay. So, and I had, at that time, I didn't have my information saved. So when you check out, I didn't want to have a Best Buy account, but I ended up having to make one anyway to make the process easier. Sometimes when you check out on Best Buy, and this will also happen on Target, this will also happen on Walmart. So everything I'm telling you translates to every single major retailer. Sometimes when you would check out, it would say this item is no longer in stock, but the item stays in your cart. As long, and I cannot preface this enough, this is the one thing that separates winners and losers when you're trying to secure a pre-order from a major retailer online. As long as the item is in the cart, you fight like hell. It would be different if it automatically removed it. It would be different if this wasn't here and it was down there. That would be different. It would be different if it was like we already removed it and we put it down here and it's not in the cart. Be a completely different scenario. If the item is in your cart and you are hitting checkout and it's not letting you check out, you fight like hell, you keep fighting. As long as that button stays yellow and you can click it and the item's in your cart, you grind. You grind. The one thing you want to avoid, it is the ultimate kiss of death when you are trying to do any form of pre-order from a website, from a major retailer. The one thing you want to avoid is that little tempting mother effer right there. Never. It happened to so many of my friends. I felt guilty. Never, ever take an item from your cart and hit save for later. It is the ultimate kiss of death. you will never get it back in your cart. And I mean never get it back in your cart. You leave this button the hell alone. Leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. And again, all these tips and tricks I'm giving you, they apply to Best Buy, they apply to Target, they apply to Walmart, they apply to GameStop. Do not touch save for later. They might even trick you with the website. They might even say, we added the item to your saved for later section, but the item is still in the cart. As long as the item is in the cart and you can click that checkout button, you fight like hell. You fight. Now, this is why it's important for you to have an account, because then you get to sections like this. And this is where a lot of folks get hindered and really get in trouble, because they don't have an account set up. They got to create an account, or they got to continue it. You know, if you have to continue as a guest, right? Walmart has this option. Target has this option. Guess what you got to do? You got to fill all this shit in. Anybody got time for that? I'm trying to secure the pre-order. Anybody got time for that? You got to fill all this stuff in. And this is just the shipping section. You got to do it again with the billing section. Imagine if you're buying this for someone else, right? Like if I was trying to get a PS5 pre-order for my sister or for my cousin or whatever, I got to do double duty. You got to put in shipping and billing. You know how much time is wasted on that, y'all? Versus if I had an account set up, it would go to confirm billing info and place order. Now here's another trick. And I didn't pick up on this trick until trying to pre-order from Target. I don't think this works with Best Buy. It may work with Walmart. It does work with Target. I think it's probably the one most, I think it's one of the most underutilized shopping tools out there. Save for later, still got it through, but through the app, I think the trick was near my wife. See, again, I don't know if somebody who would be in a hypothetical situation, if they had the item in their cart and they hit save it for later, if they were running off their cellular network, I don't know if they would have had the same success. Like if you've got Gigablast in your house, then the odds could very well be in your favor in that scenario. I'm glad it worked out for you. You are definitely one of the lucky ones. You probably got a rabbit foot in your armpit or something like that. That's awesome though. If you're pre-ordering on Target and maybe Walmart from the mobile app, it's going to be your best friend. If you are an iPhone user, set up Apple Pay. You skip 2 steps in the process. Set up Apple Pay. Whatever card that you want to use to do your pre-ordering and shopping, set up Apple Pay. If you have Google, set up Google Pay. But let me tell you something. You want to talk about game changer? Item in the cart, checkout, Apple Pay, order confirmation. You don't have to see no bill, no ship, no account set up. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody is talking about it. And it's blowing, sorry, pop filter. It's Allie, come on. It's blowing my mind. Nobody is talking about securing your pre-order from the mobile app and using Apple Pay as a payment. Because if you use, let's go back for a moment. Come on. Even if you used PayPal checkout as an option, Apple Pays faster. Because PayPal, you have to do 2 things. You have to log into PayPal, And then if you have multiple cards on file, you have to pick which card you want. And if it's a card that hadn't been touched in a while, it might ask for the billing zip code. It might ask for the CVC. Set up Apple Pay and use the mobile apps. Because I want you to come back to a stream and be like, Allie, you that hoe. Girl, you were right. And nobody is talking about it online. No, everybody's talking about like, oh, the scalpers. I'm like, no, talk about the ish that's gonna help people secure a pre-order and screw the scalpers. Like, that's the stuff you should be talking about. Nobody's talking about it. And maybe it's just because I work in tech and I've been noticing the patterns and the differences and about like, God, if I knew that when Sony dropped the ball September 17th, I probably wouldn't have been crying wolf, because if I wasn't able to secure my pre-order from Best Buy at 2 a.m, the frustration would be at a whole nother level right now. It'd be at a whole nother level. But remember, yeah, you used Apple Pay. State of the Union applause. When I when I get a new Stream Deck after I stop buying all this PS5 stuff, I will have my applause sound effect. I finally got I have this blue microphone. I love it. But people were reviewing this Elgato Wave 3 and it finally came. I'm gonna play around with it this weekend. Might do an unboxing, might do a review. We'll see. Stay tuned to the channel. Please subscribe, please follow, cause a hole's trying to grow. So each place, right? Let me go back to my browser. Each place, as long as the button is not grayed out, you fight like hell. And I'm telling you, you gotta go double time. You gotta go whichever hand is more dominant in terms of dexterity for your mouse game, for your thumb game, right? For me, it's right hand on the browser, left hand with the mobile apps. It's double time, okay? It's like Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. I don't know if I own the rights, otherwise I'd play it. As long as the button's not grayed out, you fight like hell, okay? Now, for respect purposes, right, it would be, right, if I was focused on eBay or whatever, like, ooh, let me buy this Switch. I don't need a Switch. I have a Switch. I love my Switch. But if you know somebody who needs a Switch, tell them get thee to Best Buy right now. For real. There you go. Hopefully someone who is going to love and appreciate Nintendo as much as I do. Look at that. 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 Clearly you know what a hoe's been focusing on. They got my browser right here. If there's no random side note, it's not even a plug for any reason. If you only get one game, right? And this is real talk. This is real talk. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to my dreamscape for a moment. This is real talk. Real talk. Because I know folks are struggling. If you can't get anything else, right? If you're just like, Allie, I need a console and a game, get this game. Get this game. Get this game. Unless the person that you're thinking about has a specific preference, maybe it's like a Call of Duty, like Scraggly, what have you. Get this game. Because it's 2 games in one. It's 2 separate games. Get this game. Just get it. Just get it. So as you see, these buttons will they're going to turn into yellow pre-order buttons, which is why I always keep these tabs open. So you can see with my tabs, I have my Best Buy tabs. So I have, obviously, the main PS5 tabs for the retailer, and then I have the 2 consoles, digital and physical. Let's talk about digital for a moment. We talked about this on Wednesday. If we learned anything from GameStop's debacle of a effing pre-order clustercluck, right? It's that we may I've heard some words on the street. I understand why GameStop only had physicals for sale, right? Higher margin, limited inventory. It's a better return on investment in terms of profit margins to make money. But I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If you really have to decide, right? And it's the only positive I will give to a GameStop is that the price point entry for someone who might be in a dire, tight financial situation is the best option, because you can go do a pre-order and pay $50. Or if you're able to secure your pre-order from GameStop.com, GameStop only does an authorization hold. They do not charge the full amount for the order purchase until the order ships, which also buys you time. But if you're one of these people who are just like, look, I need to have the digital version, it's digital or bust for my ass, then you need to be prepared to pay a scalper. I think the real question you should ask yourself is, isn't it just grateful enough to own the console? Because if you could own and secure a pre-order for the disc version, you're still saving money from not having to pay a scalper. And the $700 or $800 that you would spend right now, depending on trading averages, if you want to say reasonable trading averages, that money could go towards the fun stuff. It can go towards accessories. It can go towards games. The fun stuff. The reason why we buy these things in the first place. But look, we knew this. GameStop didn't have one digital console for sale. Not one. Not one. Not one. Digital only PlayStation 5s may be harder to come by this holiday. Retail report receiving far fewer than the standard model. You have to understand this too, right? From a business logistics standpoint, Sony is not making any money. I mean, and let's keep it real here for a moment. Ooh, Dreamscape. Ooh, please like, please follow, please subscribe. Ooh. Sony's not making any money off of the consoles. There might be a small slice of sweet potato pie off of the disc version. They aren't making jack shit on the digital. I promise you. It has a 1 terabyte, it has an 860 gig SSD, and even after you put the operating system and all the other backend stuff in there, you're only going to have about 750 gigs of free space. Real talk. And it's an M2. It's not a two and a half inch. It's an M2 attached to that motherboard SSD. That is top of the line tech. They're not making any money off of consoles. They make their money off of gaming purchases from the PlayStation Store, digital purchases, digipacks, and selling games. And obviously PlayStation wants you to go digital because their margin and price point is higher. They don't have to pay a retailer to hold the games. They don't have to pay for packaging, distribution, all that other stuff, versus just games being stored on a server. The profit margin's higher. All they're paying for is storage. And which, since they're a major Fortune 500 traded company and organization, they're getting at a discounted rate because they're top tier clients with whoever they use for storage, whether it's AWS, whether it's Snowflake, or whoever. So when you see, that's a little nerd moment brought to you by Two Hoes on a Console. When you see stuff like this, it's not surprising. Yes, I understand people who are tight on a budget, how a $100 price difference could intimidate you. Your feelings are very valid. It's just that we have to focus on what is important at the end of the day. Is the importance at the end of the day having the digital version of the PS5, like I'm going digital or you can all kiss my ass? Or is the important thing of being able to own a console at manufactured suggested retail pricing regardless of version. In the era that we're in, the pre-order frenzy, global pandemic, everybody's cooped in era that we're in. You got to pick and choose your battles, folks, and really you should be focusing on just securing the console. I talked about it last month when Sony did their June launch event. I knew immediately, like, I need to start putting money to the side for a console. Had the $250 Stream Deck, sold it. It was in the box, hadn't taken it out yet. I was watching some YouTube tutorials from other streamers as to how to get acclimated with it first with OBS and the Stream Deck app. Hadn't even taken out the box. June came, sold it. I was like, there's half my PS5 right there. Because I told people, you need to budget as if the disc version is your only choice. You have to budget like that. And even think about it like this, right? To the folks out there who are watching and you've only allocated funds for a disc version. For a digital version, because that's just your financial situation, it's your business. Maybe you want to prioritize a GameStop pre-order type of situation, or you take these next couple of weeks, you grind, you find anything in your house to sell a value. Maybe you have some used games or used electronics, whatever, you can sell for a quick flip and get that extra $1 or $1.25 so you can cover taxes, whatever percentages for your state, and secure the disc version of the console. That's it. I want you all to win. Let me be very clear about that. I want each and every one of you to win at this. Right? Because the feeling I got when I secured my PS5 console, the feeling of winning, even after the grind, it felt so great. I was like, dang it, I'm going to pay it forward. Because it's effing ridiculous seeing listings on eBay for $25,000. Like, that's horse crap. Like, no. And it's a pandemic, and you're taking advantage of people who have lost their jobs due to unforeseen circumstances that are out of their control. Nobody put COVID to come on the calendar January 30th of 2020. Maybe the Mayans did. I sure as hell did not. People out here working 2 jobs, working 3 jobs, kids miserable, learning and having to do remote education. They're miserable, they're tired, they haven't been able to go on vacation, they haven't been able to have no fun. The PlayStation 5 comes out. Damn it, I want folks to have some fun. It's probably the one thing outside of the healthy birth of my newborn niece is probably the only positive, happy thing I'm looking forward to in 2020 is the release of the PS5. And damn it, I want to have fun. I want other people to have fun too. Yeah, selling at a loss. Yeah, you got to save, right? I'm all about strategy because when people are going into this game of pre-ordering and they go in blind, it can be very overwhelming. It could trigger somebody's anxiety. It could trigger somebody's PTSD. I have friends who are active military service folks who could not order the PS5 from the commissary military exchange site. It's like they put up the pre-orders, they tried to order them, and then the commissary canceled all of them. I was lucky by the grace of God to be able to secure a PS5 for a friend of mine in our gaming crew who's stationed on a military base in California. I did it out of love. His financial situation's fine. He's already paid me for the console. Didn't charge him a dime over. Sent him the order confirmation, exact total of the receipt. Do I owe you any extra? No. I'm going to overnight ship it to him when I get it on launch day. He'll pay for the shipping. He'll have it by Friday 13th. God willing, everything's intact. Nothing is damaged. That's what you do for people you care about. That's what you do for people you love. I don't need you to give me gas money to go to FedEx. I'm 5 minutes around the corner from a FedEx. You good, right? I will call you when it's shipped. We're going to get overnight shipping. We're going to put insurance on it, and it's going to require a signature. And you're going to cover that fee because your paper's straight. We're good. You're working there. You signed your name on the dotted line to sacrifice for our country. Damn it, you deserve to have some fun. Let's get you a PS5. Secure the console. Like, that's where my heart is. I want everybody in my gaming crew to have PS5 so no one feels left out. I will do anything and everything humanly possible to make sure, whether it's myself or you all who are watching today who are like, Allie, I'm trying to get a console. What do you recommend? Yada, yada, shmada. Yes. I also thought, too, that's a great point. I also thought, too, that it was going to get delayed until 2021 because of COVID. The Switch has been sold out. I mean, I found a needle in a haystack. But really, the Switch has been sold out since St. Patty's Day weekend. Manufacturing, shipping, logistics issues. You have to think bigger, folks. You have to think bigger. But let's talk about Plan B. I do want to say one thing, though, real quick. Let me go back to my browser here. People have been asking me about B&H. So here's the thing about B&H, okay? B&H is a very historic retailer. They are based out of New York City. They are a family business, but they have the capacity to do large stuff. A lot of times if I'm researching, let me close that pop-up. A lot of times if I'm researching, like when I was starting into streaming, I was researching a lot of camera equipment, a lot of photography equipment, video gear. I was using B&H as a resource. When I was building my streaming PC and looking for computer components and parts, whether it was motherboards or CPUs or GPUs, I was using B&H as a resource, okay? B&H being a family-owned business, they have a Jewish background. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody. So it's Yom Kippur right now, right? It was recently Jewish New Year, and now they're in Yom Kippur. I told people, if you did not see a pre-order option for yesterday from B&H, you're not going to see one this month. So even though B&H is the only other major, and when we talk about major, we're talking about capacity in terms of an infrastructure of an online store being able to handle a decent load of orders. Their main competitor really is Newegg. But Newegg hasn't even dropped pre-orders yet. I'm going to tell people disregard BH Photo at this time. They're celebrating Yom Kippur. You're not going to see them really until sometime next month. And B&H also put out a disclaimer saying they may or may not even have a form of a pre-order because they have not confirmed their purchase quantity amounts, like how many consoles are allocated for B&H to sell designated for B&H customers. They don't know that information yet. So I know people were asking me Wednesday about B&H, like if there was an update on B&H. I was going to tell them today. I'm telling you right now, ignore B&H. Don't worry about them. They're irrelevant at this time. That might change in October as I continue to, hear the word on the street, keep my ears and nose to the ground. Obviously, I'm going to pass on that good information to you all. At this time, ignore B&H. So, what is the plan B? Let's talk about it. Appreciate you all tuning in. We're going to talk about plan B, and then I'm definitely going to roll out. I usually stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I try to do 6 p.m. Pacific time. I've been working overtime. Somebody's got to pay for PS5. And I've also been on the hunt. So like when Walmart dropped their pre-order, they did it at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. So sometimes if I get a late start, blame it on my head, not my heart. But I love you all. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe. Plan B. We talked about Plan B on Wednesday, and I'm not talking about the pill. That plan is not going to change. So let's say you are someone who is not able to secure a pre-order online. And let's say that, let's say it's Halloween and all the retailers are like, hey, there's going to be no more pre-orders. We'll see you at launch day. Okay? What you need to do, depending upon where you physically reside, because not everyone's situation is the same. I'm in a major metropolitan area, so I'm going to treat it as such, and then you just cater it to your own personal needs, or however you want to convey this information to people that you know are looking for a PlayStation who might end up in this scenario. Wednesday evening, November 11th, okay? I am under the assumption, and I don't see why they would not do it, that the Targets, the Walmarts, the Best Buys, the Gamestops will be doing midnight launch releases for folks who pre-ordered PlayStation 5. So Wednesday evening, my personal opinion is that your timeline should be by 8 p.m. your local time. Wednesday evening by 8 p.m. your local time, you pick a retailer. Out of those four, I would personally choose a Best Buy. Because Best Buy to me is going to have the most in terms of potential quantity, okay? By 8 p.m. your local time, you're going to go to a retailer that has done PS5 pre-orders. I really would avoid GameStop, especially after this debacle. We know their quantity's limited. You're better off at if not Best Buy, a Target. Walmart's customer service is just trash. It is trash. So I would say Best Buy, then Target, then Walmart, then GameStop. You're going to get in line by 8 p.m. your local time. You're going to stand in line as if you have a pre-order. It is nobody's business but yours what your order situation is, okay? Probably around 11 o'clock, maybe 11:30, you're going to have a representative come outside from the store and say, raise your hand if you have not secured a pre-order for a console. And you're going to have people who raise their hand. Then they're going to say, so we have X amount of consoles that will be for sale at midnight that are not tied to a pre-order. If you've pre-ordered a console, you can't buy a second one. Because the one thing Best Buy has been doing, I can't speak for other retailers, you cannot use the same billing address to pre-order from Best Buy. Because I was trying to get my military friend a console, and they were like, nope, this billing address is on file. It violates PlayStation's terms and conditions. I respected that. I was like, okay, good for you keeping tabs on mofos. I respected that. I ended up getting his console from Target. So they're going to say, okay, if you don't have a pre-order secured, they're already going to know how many consoles they have allocated that they can sell at midnight, okay? They're going to say we have X amount of physical, we have X amount or no digital, and then they're going to put you in a separate line. They're going to get you out of the pre-order line. They're going to make a new line. They're probably going to put you way hella to the side. They're going to handle people who are pre-ordering first, and then they're going to handle you, okay? So then they're going to say, which one do you want? If they have extra accessories for sale or games for sale, they're going to ask you on the game. I say, get what you can get while you can get it. And you're going to have to pay up front. So even in a hypothetical situation, if you took this method and you went to a GameStop, you're going to have to pay up front. And I promise you, the vultures will be circling. There will be people standing around like, is their card getting declined? Do they not know their debit PIN card number? Did they leave their driver's license at home to verify their ID? Yeah, I'll buy it. I promise you the vultures will be circling. So be like Scar from Lion King and be prepared, okay? That, honest to God, is going to be your best chance of getting a console launch day. It's going to be your best chance. It's a tactic I feel is going to work for folks. I think you just need to prepare yourself. Yeah, that's a very good point, right? So what I do, especially as a woman, I'm always thinking about safety, but don't get it twisted. Stay strapped, okay? So for example, I'm going to put the console, I'm going to ask them if they give the option, I'm going to ask them to double bag it. If they give that option at Best Buy, I'm going to say double bag it. I'm going to make sure that I put the console in the trunk of the vehicle, okay? Step one, if you're picking up a pre-order for a midnight release, if they can do it, ask them to double bag the console, okay? I want the bag as opaque as possible. I don't want any type of translucency where someone can make out insignias or whatever. Ask them to double bag the console. put the console, put the accessories, put all that shit in the trunk. I know people are excited to like open it and bust. No. Put that shit in the trunk. And then step 3, I know a lot of people go straight home. I don't go straight home. Maybe I go to McDonald's, get a mango pineapple smoothie. Maybe I go to, I don't know what's open late at midnight where you are. Maybe like a Taco Bell, get like a Baja Blast Freeze or something, or a quesadilla, right? I never go home first. I might do a couple of pit stops to make sure no one is following me. And again, that's just a tactic as a woman. Maybe I'll go to a Target, right? Maybe I'll go to Target. Maybe I'll go to Walmart if there are Targets and Walmarts within a decent mile radius, just to see what's popping over there. Like, I'm a people watcher. I like to see, you know, I don't want to necessarily be in the action at all times, but I do like to feel like, you know, what's going on. Maybe I'll drive by GameStop and just watch people waiting in line and just out the car. Congratulations. Securing the console. Congratulations to you. Meanwhile, side note, I have taken off Thursday and Friday from work. Wednesday at 5:01 p.m. local time is on, hoes, it's on. But I'm all about safety first. Stop at a couple of retailers, stop at a couple of drive-thrus, cop what you need to cop, make sure no one's following you, and then go home. Here's another recommendation too, just because, you know, my father was in the military, and as a young girl, I was taught like safety and survival tactics from an early age. You might want to consider taking the scenic route home. Take side streets where you have to hit stoplights so you can kind of pay attention, see if someone turns off. Maybe you turn onto a side street that's irrelevant to how you get home, just to see if somebody follows you, right? Tactics like that. I want people to be as safe as possible. But I'm also under the assumption that these major retailers are going to have some amount of law enforcement present. I think it would behoove them not to, because I know they're going to keep the amount of people physically inside of the store limited. And I think even at Best Buy, one of the options for checkout, at least when they dropped their pre-orders on the 17th, one of the options was curbside pickup. So I'm actually have to go back and check my Best Buy order, because I might have actually selected curbside pickup. So I was like, I don't have to get out of the car, and I'm gonna inspect the bags, but I'm gonna pop that trunk close and get out the way, and then go about my routine of making sure no one follows me. So just be careful out there if you're doing a midnight release. Safety first. You know, always protect yourself at all times. But those are just a couple of tips to kind of make your transaction experience from pickup to getting to your vehicle to getting home as smooth as possible. It's not going to make a damn or difference if you open up your console at 12:15 in the morning or 1:15 in the morning. You still secured your PS5, your Xbox on launch day. So just be smart about it. You're not that buff. But here's the thing. You don't have to be that buff, right? It's not about strength, and it's not even really about speed. It's about the other S, which is the S that we've been talking about this whole time. It's about strategy. It's about strategy. So if you know where the entrance points are, if you know where the exit points are, okay? If you know, I think if you pay attention, I think you would be able to identify, if you're looking in your rear view or your side view mirrors, if the same type of tail lights have been following you for 5 or 10 minutes. You seem like a very intelligent and bright person. So it's just, this is a strategy play. This is not about speed or strength. This is strategy. So just be aware of your surroundings, right? When you go to park your car to pick up your console, look at the makes and models of the other cars in the parking lot. Look at what the other people in line are wearing. Are they wearing hoodies? Are they wearing jeans? Are they wearing t-shirts? Do they have tattoos or anything that can make them distinct, right? Be like Liam Neeson in Taken, right? Look, ho, they're going to take you. But I need to know everything. I need to know hair color, eye color, tall, short, scars, tattoos, voice, you name it. I need to know everything. I'm treating this like Liam Neeson and Taken. You ain't gonna take my ass. I'll be damned. Now, I'm a thickums, you know what I'm saying? So if someone tried to chop me up and put me in the truck, somebody's gonna see. That's facts. Facts to that. But that's really the play that we're gonna make. So to wrap it up, ladies, gents, however you choose to identify, I've had a phenomenal time. I apologize for the late start. A hoe had to get that nap. It only had 3 hours of sleep. Was trying to fight these pre-order demons. So remember, just a quick recap, okay? The lessons that we learned from today's GameStop experience. And these lessons are lessons that some are going to be GameStop specific, but the majority of the lessons we're going to implement at every major retailer. Best Buy, Target, Walmart, GameStop. If Costco ends up getting in the game, I don't know if Costco will end up getting in the game. Sam's Club is for AARP. I'm not even thinking about Sam's Club, real talk. Just the big 4 players in the space. Amazon, after what they did with canceling orders, I'm not going to give them the time of day. That's not going to happen. So, step 1. If a major retailer offers the opportunity for an optional in-store pre-order of any console, Xbox or PlayStation, you go to the retailer the night before the pre-order happens. And when I say the night before, I'm talking closing time. You go an hour before closing time, the night before pre-orders, to see if when they close, they do 2 things. A, they count how many consoles they have for sale, and B, they have a ticketing system where they give you a ticket so you can go home and sleep in your own bed, get a good night's sleep, and you just come when they open, okay? We're doing that for every major retailer, every major one. Number 2, I'm trying to make sure I have my tabs right. Number 2, do not let dates and bundles deter you. But I'm gonna put a big star by this. If the bundle is good, actually no, screw that. Okay. This bundle to me is a great bundle. Extra console, extra controller, year of PlayStation Plus, 2 bomb-ass games, Miles Morales, Demon's Souls, okay? Even in a hypothetical situation, let's say only one of those 2 games or both of those games were just garbage-ass games. Get it anyway, right? You can try to exchange the games at GameStop for different games. You can try to sell them. Maybe you just lose $10 per game. You get the cash back. You put that towards other shit. Do not let that date deter you of the 30th. Why? Because we found out. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Sorry, y'all. I got hand sanitizer. This is how tired. This is how tired you know I am. I'm saying all this ish. I hadn't even changed the display. Okay. Let's try this again. One more time, Allie from the top, and action. So, GameStop, Target, Walmart, Best Buy, if they offer in-store pre-orders, you go 1 hour the day before pre-orders, 1 hour before they close. They just might make a ticketing system where you don't even have to camp out outside. They've already counted them. They've made tickets. You would have been person number 2 in line anyway, even if you were like Lionel Richie and waited all night long. Let's just cut that horse shit out. Keep everybody safe. Here's your ticket. Come back by a certain time. They put a little thing on there so it couldn't be copied. The manager signed it on the back. It's all good in the hood. When you order, especially from GameStop, people were very deterred by this bundle. That date scared the hell out of people. But what we came to learn is that for $19, there was an option to pay for expedited overnight shipping that would guarantee you delivery of the entire bundle either on launch day, Thursday, November 12th, or by Friday, November 13th. Either way, it's a great bundle, great price, great play situation. Keeps you safe, not having to fight the crowds. Do not get deterred from any future GameStop bundle. that you see, even if it has a date. Do not get deterred because you can spend $20 and get free overnight shipping, okay? Number 3, remember, as long as the button is not gray, you fight like hell. Okay, Best Buy's buttons are yellow, Walmart's are blue, Target are red, obviously for their logo, branding, marketing, whatever. You fight like hell. Walmart, Target, and Best Buy are doing a second round of pre-orders. It's going to be hard to tell if they're going to drop tomorrow. I personally believe they're not going to drop tomorrow because you don't want, weekend. They like to do this stuff like during business days. I don't think it's going to drop tomorrow. I would probably be looking at like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday situation. I like to keep these tabs open for consoles where I can just refresh them at the top of the hour. I'll refresh them at the top of the hour for 7 minutes, take a break, and then at half past, I'll refresh them for 7 minutes. So for example, it's about 10:35 here on the West Coast. So at 10:30, I would be refreshing for 7 minutes. If I had the energy, if I was awake. And then the next time I would refresh would be 2 minutes until the top of the hour. So at 10:58 to 11:05. So I do 2 increments of 7-minute refreshes at half past the hour and at 2 minutes till the top of the next hour. So you're refreshing from 10:30 to 10:37, then 10:58 to 11:05, and then you rinse and repeat. Okay? You just keep these tabs open. GameStop, Best Buy. The PlayStation Store, I would disregard at this time. They're really trying to keep their hand and foot in terms of like who is able to pre-order, and obviously they have like these terms and conditions. And really with the Sony Store, you have to have your ID, your PlayStation ID, to be able to pre-order. So just keep that in mind as well. But really we're going to focus on Target, Best Buy, and Walmart. Lastly, please set up that Apple Pay. Set up your Apple Pay on the mobile app. It cuts out 2 to 3 steps in the checkout process. The item is in the cart. You go to checkout. You click Apple Pay. The order is placed. No filling out information. No typing in credit cards. It is the dark horse trick of winning pre-orders. Set up Apple frickin' Pay. Set up Google Pay. I can't confirm if Target and Walmart use Google Pay because I'm an Apple user. They use Apple Pay. It is the ultimate secret weapon, okay? I'm right-hand dominant. I'm going browsers with my mouse on my right hand, and I'm going gung-ho with the thumb on the mobile apps on my left hand. And make sure all 4 major retailers' mobile apps are downloaded. Target, Walmart, Best Buy, GameStop. Remember, we are ignoring B&H. Old historic electronic AV chain out of New York. They are a Jewish-owned business. They are strict on their Jewish holidays. They are old school Jew. They don't do no work, no nothing. They focus on the holiday. Right now it's Yom Kippur, okay? You're not going to see anything from B&H. I know people are excited because the SKU information is up there for the PS5. You're not going to be able to pre-order from B&H. And if they do a pre-order, it might not even be till the mid of October. If, and it's a big if Sony gives them the green light, you got to understand, B&H, even though they have a huge warehouse and they can handle a heavy amount of purchase orders that come in, they're not a Fortune 500 publicly traded organization like your Walmart, your Target, your Best Buys. So I know it's tempting and tantalizing, but I'm telling you, do yourself a favor. Don't even think about refreshing until October 10th. Real talk. Like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Amazon, if you have the opportunity to pre-order from Amazon, by all means, take advantage of it. Really, in my opinion, you should be grinding on the accessories that you want. And as I talked about, Target does have the media remote in stock, and then they have the dual charging station. And they are the only retailer that still has them in stock. Both items get added to the cart, and you can check out with Apple Pay like that right now. So if you know anybody who is looking for a DualSense charging station or the media remote, pre-order it. In terms of the 3D headset, remember, it's not necessary, it's not required. I personally feel like people should make sure their overall audio experience is better before you focus on a headset. I know for games like Call of Duty, it's crucial to have crisp audio so you can party chat with people. I understand that. But if your regular TV doesn't have great audio, I think you should probably take the money that you would put into trying to get a headset and put that into getting a bomb-ass sound bar Black Friday week. Best Buy has phenomenal Black Friday deals when it comes to audio, when it comes to gaming monitors, things like that. Like, put your money in a better situation. And also, too, if you already have like a third-party headset, like I have a SteelSeries Arctic 7 wireless, I'm not, even though I bought this headset, it's not the end-all be-all. You know what I'm saying? We will reconvene Monday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, assuming that there are no pre-orders that are happening in progress at that time. If there are pre-orders, make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to get better at Instagram. I'm an old school hoe, but I know these social media platforms matter. I've been the most active on Twitter. All of my social media handles and tags are at the top of my overlay. Otherwise, if you were able to secure your console, congratulations to you. I'm thrilled. I'm ecstatic. Whatever gives the scalpers the middle finger, I'm all about it. We will be talking all things PlayStation 5 between now and launch, and even a few days after post-launch. And then we will get back to gaming. I might sneak in a couple of gaming sessions in between here and there. But I'm a small town country girl, and a lot of times kids would miss school for like 2 to 3 weeks because it was hunting season. So I've been telling people it's hunting season just for consoles. My name is Ali A. You have been tuning in to a new episode of Two Hoes and a Console. Please like, follow, share if you care, because a hoe is trying to grow. You all take care and stay safe. Have a wonderful weekend. Keep your ears and nose to the ground. Lastly, I just want to make sure, because I forgot to, a friendly reminder. If there's nothing you take away from me tonight, Wario64, follow that player. Follow that player! Follow that player. And secure your accessories, because it's not a game out here. I promise you. It's not a game. Straggly Rock, yeah, I'm gonna log on. If not later tonight, sometime tomorrow, I will add you on PSN. Give me a sec here. I'm gonna make sure I screenshot this. Bet. I'm gonna add you on PSN. I appreciate you tuning in very much. We are always live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You all take care, stay safe, be blessed, much love. You know the deal. Because a hoe's trying to grow, and at the end of the day, whether it's PlayStation, whether it's Xbox, whatever tickles your fancy, definitely want to make sure everyone is able to secure their console. You all have a great night. Deuces, 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 deuces. See you later.
Never heard the call, never break the fall, 'cause you couldn't see it. Oh, what you gonna do when the big bad boogeyman's coming for you? 'Cause they always gonna feed it. We about you. 1 plus 1 ain't always 2. When you learn the stuff every day, taking me round and round this London Bridge, just falling down. Destructive in every way, every way. We don't need it. 'Cause you go and speak your mind, you speak your mind, honey. We don't need it. You have to be with your kind and make lots of money. Go and help yourself, you don't need no one else. Go and help yourself 'cause you're running out of time. Go and help yourself, you don't need no one else. Go and help yourself, you're breaking on my mind. Oh, can't you feel it? Did you steal it? Can't you feel it? You're breaking on my mind. Could you see it? Don't you want to be it? Could you see that you're running out of time? Won't you do it?